insight. And now with the ball for the Lions, then Mala versus the Kings in match 22, a huge 3 for 25. I mean, Len, he's barely put a foot wrong this competition. He's excellent in the field as well. How good has he been?
Yeah, look, mystery spin is the buzzword in T20 cricket, whether that be wrist spin, mystery spin, or in this case, it's finger spin, mystery spin. There's a little bit of a shade of Narayan or Sikandar Raza. Fascinating thing about what he bowls, and again, Akash, you'll know this better than I will, even though I was a wrist spinner, it's all carom balls. It's all Indian origin carom balls. He barely bowls the off break, unless there's a left-hander at the crease. Everything flicked out the front. He's got 2 different points. Also is the arm ball. Very skillful young bowler. He could be on that plane to Mumbai yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like what I saw actually of him. And that's the thing with mystery spinners, that you don't really have to do a lot. You just have to turn enough. Just take the ball slightly away, because T20 batting is all about lining up the bowler. You see the line and you try and hit the line. And all these mystery bowlers, including Mala, we saw some wickets there. Everything finishes within the stumps. I think that's the key to their success. Bowl slightly flatter, slightly faster, where you can't really use your feet. And then a little flick of the wrist or the fingers, where you're searching after pitching. And he's been doing a good job. I actually was following his warm-ups as well. And he's got some skill. He just did this and the ball spun. I mean, wow.
He's been excellent. And now, as you can see, the crowd is just getting louder and louder as we speak, which means it must be approaching the start of the match. Guys, I'm going to come to you before we finish. I need your predictions. I know we've got a little game going on of who's got the most correct.
You've only just arrived. You can go first. Okay. I've been terrible this season.
See, I want Bolts to actually win, be the party pooper and keep the tournament alive. But I have a feeling that Lions might actually roll tonight.
Well, I promise you, I'm going hard against it, Cash.
Okay,
you know this cricket, but you don't know your Net Valley cricket yet. I promise you now, the Bolts are winning. They're keeping our season alive till the 28th and final game.
1 Lions, 1 Bolts. Only time will tell to see who will win that prediction. Ball on is on its way very, very shortly. Make sure you don't go anywhere.
Blaster over me.
Could not hear a word of the last question.
Sorry.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the TU International Cricket Ground here in Kathmandu. The all-important fixture between the Lumbini Lions and the Janakpur Bolts. The Lions with an opportunity to get into those qualifiers. 3 positions are already taken. There is only 1 remaining. For the Bolts, if they win this game, we'll have to wait till the last day of the group stages to find out who will be the team joining those other 3. Rohit Paudel, the captain of the Lions, he didn't win the toss, but he said that they wanted to chase. So both captains happy with what they're doing first up. 1 change to the Bolt side. Sangeet Kure, the Sri Lankan, comes in. And Wayne Parnell, the South African, the left-arm quick all-rounder, who was captain in the last 2 matches. He's having a little breather, just nursing a little tight hamstring. Alongside me, former West Indian international, Carlos Brathwaite. Carlos, in these do-or-die matches, as we see Maz Ahmed Shadakat's statistics, he started the tournament really well. In these do-or-die matches, does it add pressure, or does sometimes that alleviate the pressure from a team that they can just play with some freedom?
I think personally, it kind of gave me a little bit more clarity. I was one tended to overthink, have a look at Asif Sheikh, but it felt as though in pressure situations, because the situation dictated how you needed to play, it almost gave me clarity. For some other people, it would have gone the other way, where they'll get tense and they'll clench themselves. And as a leader, as a coach or a captain, you always want the messaging to be the same. So whether you win, lose or draw, there's certain principles that you want to uphold as a team. And those principles ring true even louder when it is a do-or-die game.
Another full house expected here this evening. We really have been treated to some wonderful crowds who are well educated in the game of cricket, we'll have you know. We're back on pitch number 3. It's a surface that the curator likes. It's a surface that he feels is his best one on the square, but it has had plenty of traffic. Interesting to see how that plays. JJ Smith, left arm, medium pacer from Namibia, will have the new ball. Asif Sheikh and Mars, the 2 opening batsmen. The man from Pakistan has been particularly impressive Right, we're underway. Slip in place.
फिल्डिङ टाइट गर्ने भयो हैन
जनकपुरले one side wanted to bat first and the other side wanted to field. It's not often that's the case when the coin goes up. Normally that's why we toss the coin, is because both sides want to do the same thing.
Sounds like you could have had a handshake in the dressing room and just get on with it.
Two boundary fielders allowed outside that 30-yard circle in the power play. One is at a deep third and the other one at deep backward square leg. The surface did look a little bit on the dry side. I know when Faz had a look at it, he said, I know it's the curator's favourite pitch, but there's been so much traffic on it, it's very difficult to get any moisture to stay in it.
Just wondering what the plan would be then going into the playoffs. That's when you want to produce your best tracks, get your best cricket.
Chance in the deep. No chance. All the way. It's right in the sun.
This is a beautiful pickup off a length. Just above knee height. A little shimmy. He got some momentum into his stroke and momentum over the rope. I think it burst through the advertising sign there as well. A young man that Pakistan cricket and fans will sure get a closer look at in years to come.
I'm so reluctant to wax lyrical about him because I know you haven't seen a lot of him, Carlos, but he has been a standout performer for me over the course of this tournament. I mean, he arrived late off the back of the emerging Asia Cup. He was the player of that tournament. He offers with the ball as well. But it was that first innings. Yes, it was 20 or 14, but he hit a couple of extra cover drives where you almost just slid forward on your seat and thought, hello, what have we got here?
20 मा आउट गरेको
63 or 30.
रोयलसँग 12 मा राइनोसँग 63 मा अब अहिले कतिमा आउट हुन्छ त तिमीलाई दि आउट भयो
Oh no, you see, it always happens. It always happens. So strong down the ground. And then that.
Caught the wicketkeeper, bowled HD Ackerman. The commentator curse strikes. No need. And JJ Smith put under pressure with a 6 couple balls ago. Stuck to his gun, stayed straight and rewarded. First wicket falls. Maz goes for 6 for 1.
I don't understand. It begins to be being honest. They are so strong down the ground. An early wicket for the Lions, and it is an enormous one. That of the young Pakistan. Batter Mars, now Anil Kumar Shah walks to the wicket. Now there'll be a lot more confidence within this young man after his performance in the last game, his player of the match performance. Andrew Leonard was saying before play that it was 6 or 7 scores in a row where the top score was 6. So there was no confidence. He left himself out the side, dropped himself, and then returned with the player of the match performance. No wide given. End of the first, 6 for 1.
जो आमालाई लड्दियो आमालाई जो आमालाई हेलो भन जाऊ त आमालाई हेलो भन जाऊ किन डिले भयो त नि
Just the one change. The bolts.
Kathmandu Airport.
Sangeet Kure, the Sri Lankan, comes in for Wayne Parnell. The Lumbini Lions, after their win in their previous match, are unchanged. Darcy Short, the Australian, got some runs, and Nirashan Dikvela from Sri Lanka in the middle order has just added something different. He's brought some energy to their side. A side that looked short of smiles is now full of laughter.
Yeah, Dikvela's a fantastic teammate, friend, person, and an absolute nightmare to play against. Always chirping, yeah. Absolutely hate a batter when he's behind the wicket. And that's what you want in your team. You want someone behind the stumps who's so vocal, it drives your team up, revs them up. But it also makes your batters feel a little unsettled, and that's the type of energy that he brings.
He just appears to me to be someone that would ask you just unnecessary questions. You would take guard and he would ask you, why have you taken that guard? Just very irritating. Slip in place. It's neatly tucked away, just a single. Why, oh why, Carlos, why?
No idea why. It was a similar delivery that he shuffled down the track and smacked over square leg for 6. And this is a little bit of youth, unsure. Sometimes you get so far ahead of the game in your mind, you try to stay one step ahead and you play the game at a pace it doesn't need to be played at. Just had to watch ball hit balls. He first over. And you know how the power play goes. First over is almost a gimme sometimes, unless the bowler bowls a real terrible over. And then you look to attack overs 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you're as powerful as he is, you could more than make up in those bottom 4 overs rather than taking a risk such as that so early.
We've got to be a little bit careful as pundits, I suppose, because we don't want to comment on the outcome. Because if that comes off and rolls away for 4, there's probably loud cheers and everyone says, "Oh, inventive! What a nice stroke." And I've watched. From a personal perspective, I've just got to be a little bit careful that I don't get too old school, because I know they sometimes feel more confident playing those shots than they do one down the ground.
You feel as though it will date you not loving to see those dinks. But I'm all for innovation, but I just think it's when and where. And I think batsmanship has gone to a level in modern day cricket where there's no accountability. So because I've practiced this shot, I have to play. You don't have to play. Most days when you're successful, you play 3 to 4 shots. No need to play 7 and 8 shots. So if it's a situation where he was struggling, felt as though he needed to try something to manipulate the field or whatever, 100%. You practice it, you play it. But first over, I think what offset him, there was a few balls in, he tried to drop and run directly after the 6 and got no response from his compatriot, and I think that probably offset him and made him feel as though he had to force the play.
There's a little bit of turn there, just a hint. 2 gone, 9 for 1.
Huh?
The sun's starting to go down here in the valley of Kathmandu. The ground looks a picture, and the ever-changing facade of this stadium, which is going to be changing over the course of these next few years as well, but already a very nice international ground. A good start here for the Lions. They've got rid of the dangerous Mars. Apichesh looked as though that there was a little bit of turn in the pitch. Smith's going to keep going. This is again a situation here where you spoke yesterday about players just trying to dab the ball rather than trying to hit the ball to the sweeper on the offside. I know there's no sweepers, there's just a deep third. Trying to see where that other fielder is at the moment. It's so difficult from our vantage point because of the sun, but it's a deep square leg.
I think this is where, as you mentioned, as pundits, as commentators, we need to be balanced, because we spoke about the dink.
Shot. Not sure why they're running. He's got enough bat on that. That's the place. It's a heavy scoring area here at the TU, straight down the ground.
Another N-Cell Super 4. A little pace off this time, and he waited on it nicely. Felt as though he was beaten a little bit, and he held his shape nicely, got it straight back over the bowler's head. Seldom ever fielded it, if ever. And then you talk about impetus, and we spoke about that dink, and there is a balance. So because someone blocks a ball and we say you need to show more intent, it doesn't mean you go from blocking to dinking or the other way around. This is third ball of the over, I think. Walks down, hammers it for 6. He then tries to follow it up with a single, which you can say it may have been a single. And then the following ball, he may just have thought to himself, you know what, I need to be a little bit more proactive here. So I still think it was the wrong shot. But the reason as to why could be because he felt as though he's faced 5 deliveries. He's only got 1 boundary away. It's the first over, it's the power play. He wants to get after the bowling, and he felt that that was an option. I just wonder how much partnerships have to do with the rhythm and the flow of a game. Because if you have a Dipendra Singh, I read, or Coach Alberto, that's a single, and he's off strike. So those nerves that would have been jangling the first few balls before he got the 6, and the nerves that he would have had after, he'd be at the non-strikers and taking a breath. But the non-striker says no, mine goes over time. And you play a shot that you wouldn't want to see too many replays of in the future.
Imagine those are the conversations that you have with your batting partner the day before a game, even the morning of the game, just to try and, you know, in these leagues, you never played with someone before, and you want to try and get to understand each other. Well, they're off and running this time.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I think back to when I was playing first class cricket for Barbados, and there's many moons now. We'd had Shane Dowrich at 7, myself at 8, and Ashley Nurse at 9. So I'd often go into bat with Shane Dowrich, and we'd have the most lovely conversations in between it, overs. We talk about who may bowl, how we can set it up, how many runs over we want to go at. And then when Ashley Nurse comes out the bat, he's just like, punch gloves, I can take this down. And I'm like, huh? What?
It's done well. Still relatively tight here by the Lions. End of the third, 16 for 1.
Janakpur balls, 16, एक विकेट घुमाया.
पैसा आउनु मन यस्तै गरेर हार बोली त हो नि होइन त्यो त अब के थाहा पनि त भएको थियो त अब त्यस्तो हुन्छ अनि के थाहा नि
This might be a telling over here. Handy little outside edge, should run away for 4.
All important boundary. We felt a little stuck so far. Asif Sheikh, cheeky little edge. He'll take it. We hope that gives him some momentum going into this over. It's an important over for the power play.
Oh, careful now. Umpire Rumbukwela from Sri Lanka, Prageeth Rumbukwela. And his partner in crime, Ravindra Vimalasiri. That's a good run. That's a perfect example of what you're talking about. These two have played together a lot.
Yeah, there's that split second. Trust someone, go straight away. From the time you need to look and assess on your own. Fielders are so quick these days, it's hard to really turn those into quick singles.
Does look a little bit on the slow side, the surface. There is some turn here for Abhishesh. Slapped down the ground. There is a man at long off who does exceptionally well. Keeps it down to 1. That's a wonderful bit of fielding.
AJ, absolutely love your commentary, but I tell you who's coming a close second. Niroshan Dikwala. Going boys, slugs it, coming boys. He's very, very vocal.
No run there. It's a packed offside, particularly from cover point and backward point. End of the 4th, 22 for 1. Well, there's smiles all around at the moment, but just while you weren't with us, things got a little bit hairy for a moment.
This lets you know you're in a contest. They also love to see the spirit. A tender hug, an embrace, get on with it. But Dikwala is saying you're running straight down the track. Get off the track, because it makes it more difficult for him batting in the second innings. And it escalated from there, a little bit of back pointing. You don't like to see that. But yes, this is the way it should end. The spirit of cricket is well and truly alive, folks.
He does it on purpose. He does it on purpose. There's absolutely no doubt about it. He just opens the door, throws the firecracker inside and closes the door behind him.
That's the thing about sledging, you know, some of the best sledges I've heard has had absolutely nothing to do with violence. It's just always been, where's your bat coming from gully? That time the guy's bat is coming perfectly over off stump, and all of a sudden you see guys starting to change the way that they bat, and, you know, wasn't that a single? You normally hit the ball harder than that, almost playing on your ego. Dikwala's class at that.
Oh, some words of wisdom from our HP Lubricant commentary box. Done well. Found the gap at mid-wicket. There is a man at deep square leg, but it doesn't matter. Important boundaries inside the power play.
Nice pick-up again. It wasn't even that short. It's one of those swivel, hitting it up. It's in the power play. It's only 2 back. Just short of a maximum. You still feel as though they need to make one of these last 2 overs in the power play a big over. Can they get up to 45? Which is a decent start. Maybe they can sacrifice 1 more wicket, so add a little bit more risk.
Big shot from Trumpelman and Given. And Given looking for that big over. Instead, it's a big wicket.
change from Trumpelman. He's gone around the wicket, used the angle, kept it wicket to wicket. He's a big boy, and that's a big wicket. What a punch. Anil Shah felt the punch. He's gone for 7, 26 for 2.
हाँ फर्किन हो गई झर्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो यहाँ भर्याङ त मलाई फोन गर्दै अन्त झर्नु चाहिँ भन्नु लकै ल भयो त के भन्नु नि
Sangeet Kure walks in at number 4 into the side because of the injury to Wayne Parnell. And there's a best of 93 not out in his T20 career. They could do with that now. The Lions will feel as though this power play is going their way with two, we'd argue, form players that have got out. Match winners from the previous game are back in the hut. He's away.
You'd love to see in-game subtle changes. First ball, bang, good pickup. Trumpelman left arm over, sliding across him, and he's made a change directly after it. And he's changed the angle, kept it wicket to wicket, and he was rewarded. It's those subtle in-game changes from ball to ball that can have a very big impact on a passage of play. And we're looking at this power play, and you think they're behind the 8 ball at the moment.
Well taken. Well taken. You're just going back to that LBW, him coming around the wicket. At point of release as a batter, you're probably thinking, oh, there's width here. There's an opportunity for me to just clear my left leg and I can swing it into the same area. But the angle just runs it back in and you're almost cramped for room. Little cutter into the surface and it holds beautifully.
So clever from Trumpelman. You see it from right-handers more often to the left-hand batters. Come around the wicket, the angle in, and then this subtle roll of the wrist. That was all of our expressions up here, Trumpelman. You can be rest assured that was a beaut of a delivery.
Again finds the outside edge. They're going to nick a run here. So 6 from the Trumpelman over. 5 con, 29 for 2.
Janakpur balls on 29 runs for the board for 2 down.
It's been a bit of a hustle here for the batters. Not the T20 highway wicket you're looking for. You've got to play yourself in. You've got to reassess your plans. Anil Shah tried to force the issues. Good contest here. And the writing is on the wall for the other teams. Very good evening, Akash Chopra. Akashwani in the combox.
Good evening, Mikhail. And the introduction of Mala. I like him. The mystery. Sets up batters, slightly quicker in the air in general. Picked up 3 in the previous game, conceding only 25 runs.
Malla usually picks up a wicket very early in his spell. Good hit. Very good hit. Midon was up in the circle. The invitation was there. Asif Sheikh looking very good this evening.
Last over of the power play overs. The field restrictions.
Wow.
Was tossed up.
Wow.
Smashed quite nicely.
Wow.
Just held on to his shape. Didn't try to overhit it. Didn't try to really muscle it. Asif was about to run a ball till this 6 happened. It'll be interesting how Malla actually bounces back. Maybe slightly flatter in the air, a little shorter. The carom ball that he bowls.
Straight to mid-off. Gets his man. Has the last laugh, Malla. He's done this time and again. Each time he gets hit for a boundary, he comes back to take a wicket. And he has the better of Asif Sheikh, who was looking so good.
6 and out.
What the ball?
Malla amongst the wickets again. Like you rightly mentioned early on, that's what he does. It wasn't in the slot this time. It was a little shorter in length. Went really flat. And couldn't find a taller fielder, to be honest. Good luck clearing that guy, Trumpleman. Asif Sheikh dismissed for 20, 35 for 3 poles.
Malla is certainly making a strong case for himself for the T20 selections later next year. 9 wickets for him in the tournament. He's been on a hat-trick. He's struck at regular intervals. Shubh Kansakar comes out to play. And what a time. Akash, you did mention something that you really like about Malla is the way he just comes back as a bowler after being hit all around.
It's not about how often you fall or how badly you fall. It's all about how you bounce back. Let's have another look, a closer look. The earlier ball was fuller, was slower. It was dispatched for a 6. This one slightly flatter. He tried to clear that mid-off fielder, but Trumpleman.
Yeah, Asif Sheikh's a great batter. We've seen him score heaps of runs for Nepal. Not had the greatest of tournaments. Started off with a 50. But just look at that, those cluster of white balls, and yeah, those are the wickets. Before this wicket, again spin.
So that's Asif Sheikh versus spin. So full balls. It'll be interesting to see because he's been able to hit it down the ground, but also happens to be his nemesis. So sword that cuts both ways. Last ball of the power play overs. It's gone the Lions' way so far.
Great comeback by Malla. Hit for a 6, gets the wicket of the same batter, concedes 1 after that. 7 runs and a wicket. We are done with the power play. It's 36 for 3. Yeah, very important game, not just for the Lions or the Janakpur Bulls teams. Sitting in the comforts of their rooms. We'll also be keeping an eye on this, particularly the Chitwan Rhinos and the Pokhara Avengers, because the equation is very clear. Tilak Bhandari, another fine leg spinner. I really like Abhishesh Gautam and Tilak Bhandari here for the Lumbini Lions, and they've grown in stature and confidence as this tournament has progressed, Akash.
So spin twins, a mystery bowler from one end, a leggy from the other. Lumbini, that's the province where a lot of spinners have come from. The left-arm spinners is what I've been reliably informed. Quite a few from Lumbini.
Captain's delight, right? If you have all those bases covered from a leg spinner to a mystery spinner, the left-arm spinners are coming through in Nepal cricket with each passing year. Just went with the arm there.
Yeah, once again, it doesn't look like someone who's going to turn the ball a mile. Really high arm action for a leg spinner. It's going to be straight. It's going to be within the stumps. A lot of flippers. Curious to see if he has a googly as well. It's less than run a ball. Winning the toss and electing to bat first, Janakpur Bolts. They're struggling.
Oh, lovely effort. That's what happens when you take 3 early wickets. Darcy shot. Wonderful commitment.
This is modern day T20 leg spin, Mikhail. There was a time when leg spinners used to go slightly round arm, get some side spin. Now everyone bowls like Rashid Khan, almost like Rashid Khan, or at least tries to. High arm. Oh!
He's had to force the issue here. Work to do for the fielder and the deep. Brilliant effort by Trumpelman. Yeah, he's a huge personality. But look at that for commitment. The dive, the rollover, the pickup, the throw, everything in one motion.
Let's have a closer look. A very short stride. Not a lot of side spin. A bit of overspin. That's what Tilak does. Imparts on the ball.
Yeah, I still remember in one of the tours that India had to South Africa, where Jacques Kallis was scoring heaps of runs. So one of the journalists asked Jacques Kallis, so how are you countering the spin of Anil Kumble? He's like, we're not playing him as a spinner, we're playing him as a pacer. As simple as that, as a medium pacer. We're going in with that mindset.
Well, there were 600 other people who didn't find that easy. 600 test wickets for the great Anil Kumble. I think he was ahead of his time. This is a norm now. Leg spinners actually bowling straight, finishing within the stumps. Anil was doing it in the previous century as well. 7 done. It's 39 for 3.
We're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium, match number 25. A reminder to all our fans, the Mighty AC will reward one of the most energetic fans of the day with a brand new AC as the coolest fan of the day. At the moment, the coolest bowler of the tournament, Sher Malla. Every over he's finding a wicket. Every match he's been amongst them. Quite the impact bowler you want to have in the side. Mystery is the flavor in T20 cricket.
I'd say mastery in mystery. A lot of people have tried doing that. And that was a long hop. Got away with it. I think Sunil Narayan, he was a bit of a revolutionary at that time. Ajanta Mendes. Now Rashid Khan is more of a leg spinner, but not really a leg spinner. Tries to keep everything within the stumps. Digvesh Rathi in India, he's idolized Sunil Narayan. Malla from the same school of thought.
Varun Chakravarti for that matter. What a name he's made for himself, his consistency, the heart with which he bowls and experiments in crunch games and situations. Akash, I remember Ajanta Mendes, you spoke about him 2008, the Test series. India was all over the place trying to understand what's happening.
Right now, Varun Chakravarti, number 1 T20I bowler in the world. Let's talk about Malla now. I do feel that he can be a little quicker in the air for a mystery spinner. He's operated in that late 70s kilometers per hour range. This was a little quicker. This was perhaps the quickest. Today, 84 kilometers per hour.
Talking about Malla, okay. Bit of a pun intended here. He plays for the Lumbini Lions, so he's Lion. His name is Sher. So Lion Malla.
Everything goes as long as he's roaring as a lion. Quite a breakthrough season for him, actually.
Trying to force the issue. They're not able to pick him. He's mixing it up well, particularly with the pace in the air and the length as well. Yeah, 9 wickets for him in the tournament. He got a very good 30-odd in one of the games, which was the losing cause, but he came and hit the big sixes and some very good catches, one-handed stunners.
Well, Stuart Law is here, keeping a close eye on the proceedings. Wants to make an impression. So that's where he operates. Last ball of the 8th over.
Yeah, you always want to impress your coach and selector, right, as a cricketer? Another quiet over for the Janakpur bowls. They need to really turn things around with the bat. 45 for 3. Yeah, just the one game today, and it's a packed house once again. Huge support for the Lumbini Lions. The sun has set, the coolers are on. Maybe trying to win the coolest fan of the day there. Kure has not faced many deliveries. He spent a lot of time already in the middle. Too many spin options here for Rohit Paudel, and that's a very good sign. But this will really not help their cause. They'll have to really step foot on accelerator. Let's get some perspective from the Janakpur bowls camp. I believe Jess Crow has someone alongside her. Take it away, Jess.
That's right, I'm joined here by Wayne Parnell. Wayne, of course, watching from the dugouts today. How has it been watching the team perform out there?
Yeah, I think obviously the surface looks completely different to the other ones. We've got to just try and build a nice partnership here. Probably looking at 65 around 10 and then take it into the back end. We've got some nice hitters in the sheds still.
You had an outstanding performance last match. Was there a little bit of a shift in mindset, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, T20 cricket's a very, very funny game. For us, it was just about staying positive. I think even though we've lost games, we've been close. So it was more a mental shift, I guess, and to obviously see the guys play the way that they did in the last game was really refreshing because we have a really good squad. Today, like I said, the surface seems a bit different, so maybe tactically we have to be a little smarter.
And how have you found that surface has been playing out there with the bat?
Yeah, generally they've been decent. Obviously quite dry out there, so slightly lower scores. 1 or 2 of the strips play nicely. We had one or two high scoring games, but I think generally around that 150, 160 mark seems to kind of be par.
Stepping into the role as captain of the bowls, what did that preparation look like for you?
Oh, it was just a natural thing for me. I think it's something that I really enjoy doing, and even now as well, not being captain, it doesn't faze me much. It's still just contributing on and off the field and trying to make everyone better.
Great stuff. And I mean, the support has been outstanding all tournament. How's that been for you guys on the field, feeling the love?
Amazing. I didn't expect it to be this loud and this full, but yeah, I think everyone's really come out. Hopefully we've played good cricket and everyone's enjoyed it.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Great work.
Well, thanks.
Thank you. Back to comms.
Thanks, Jess. Yes, you really want to assess how to play on the surface. Wayne Parnell suggesting a partnership at this stage, maybe finish at around 60, 65 after 10, and then in the back end get some hitters, but they'll have to really reassess what's a very good and a safe total on the surface. At the moment, they've slowed things down in the Lumbini Lions. Interestingly, both Kure and Kansakar, they haven't really gotten to double figures in this competition. Kure just played one game so far, and Kansakar has played 2 games. So 2 batters short of form, short of runs here in the middle for the Janakpur Bulls.
And trying to make an impression. May not be for this season, but the next season. Last boundary was 21 balls ago. It's been a while.
Seven runs of over number 9. It's 52 for 3.
Oi, खागा स्याउ कहाँ थाले यिनीहरूले बिहान एउटा सुन्तला बोक्दै गएको कता थाले यसले बोकी थियो अनि उसले
Yeah, the leader move on from here. The Janakpur Bulls, a must-win competition game for almost all the sides. We'll take a look at how the Janakpur Bulls have fared so far. The first 4 games were forgettable. Then came some life. They went on to win against the Rhinos. And it's been an up and down affair for them. 4 losses, and finally they got a win. And they won by 6 wickets and 15 balls in that last game, the Janakpur Bulls. Can they make it 2 in 2? Good use of his feet. That's played wide of covers. What's the safe score, Akash, if you're in the batting side in the dugout?
You've got to find a way to get to 145, 150. We saw both teams yesterday failing to chase. We've just gotten into a phase, Mikhail, whether it's this over or the next over, we are in a very eventful phase of this T20 innings. I see Kansakar looking for a boundary.
Pulled around his stumps. Sher Malla is making it count and making this tournament his own. Kansakar stands in disbelief or disconsolate, that's up to him, but he'll have to walk back to the dugout. Wonder what he's indicating, but yeah, that was a wonderful delivery. Just that Kansakar played all over it.
He has no idea. Absolutely bamboozled. He went deep inside the crease. He felt that the ball hasn't really hit the stumps, but it did. No problem whatsoever at this end. I think the confirmation is going to come very soon. In this shape and form, it is not the gloves, it's the ball that has dismissed the stumps. This went really deep inside the crease, couldn't really read the spin off the hand, neither of the surface. And that's the end of Kansakar. Another wicket for Malla. Bulls have lost their 4th wicket for 53. Shobhas got 11 or 15.
Yeah, Ram Bakuela gives a tap on the watch, and this will also suggest we are heading into our expert strategic timeout.
Poor.
DJs belting out songs, and the fans are grooving to every bit of it. The weekend setting in this part of the world, and the Lumbini Lions are roaring in the middle, and they have some huge support as well. Akash Chopra, did you ever imagine that in a wintry month of December you'll be in Nepal seeing such scenes?
And every day of the week, Mikhail. Of course, expert education strategic timeout is coming to an end. We saw similar scenes yesterday. We've got a full house today. It's absolutely outstanding. Buzzing.
He's had a good tournament. Krishnamurthy has taken some great catches in the deep. He's been amongst wickets. Got a 50 as well a couple of days ago. Very fine player. He got a 50 against the Sudur Paschim Royals. That's when they got 145, the Janakpur Bulls. But this man, what a bad time to impress, particularly when your coach is watching every game and just making a mental note of things, Akash.
I'm pretty sure, knowing the venue for the T20 World Cup for Nepal, you also bear in mind the kind of bowlers you'll probably need at the Wankhede Stadium, the red soil pitch. There'll be a bit more bounce and pace. But it's also a phenomenal pitch to bat on. This is a good shot, good start. Equally well fielded in the deep. Okay, let's have a look. He went right across. I had no clue he was playing. He actually played for the leg spin. The ball didn't really spin at all. Went with the arm. And Malla, 2 wickets. So I'm just thinking, whenever Nepal sits down to pick their team for the T20 World Cup, venue will have to be on their mind. They're playing all their league games, the first group games in Wankhede Stadium. This is a black soil surface at this beautiful TU Stadium. But at Wankhede it'll be the red soil surface. The pitch will still be a very good one to bat on. So you'll need quality with spin. It's not going to be your regular left arm spin that is going to turn and bite. You might need people like Malla there.
Yeah, particularly a bowler like Malla who doesn't mind getting hit sometimes because he knows he can come back as well. In this over too, if you'll just look at the way he's bowled, he's tossed up quite a few deliveries. Just understanding that there's a new batter in and throw the challenge to him. You've got to really bowl with a big heart and be a bit brave as well. And then he mixed it up well with a straighter one, a faster one, a leg cutter here, a leg cutter there. Terrific over by Malla. 5 runs and a wicket. It's 57 for 4 at the halfway stage with some work to do for the Janakpur Bulls.
Well, the fate of the Bolt season, it hangs in the balance. Indeed, the fate of the Avengers alongside them, and indeed the Chitwan Rhinos too. 3 teams, 1 of them in action, and 2 watching on, desperate for 1 result. That's for the Bolts to win and to keep this group stage alive. Trumpelman, well, he's been impressive all season. Predominantly with the ball, but the occasional flash with the bat, good in the field too. Great signing, very, very shrewd signing, the Namibian, and he's been excellent. Mix up, direct hit would have been gone. They're going to end up getting the single, but not the way Corey or Krishnamurthy would have wanted it. Could easily have been the 5th wicket, Fazil.
Well, yes, that's the last thing they need right now. The Janakpur Bulls have had a nightmare of a season. There's some redemption for them. on the horizon, but they need to get runs on the board. It is not the best surface. There it is. He was not even in the frame. Trumpelman, despair. They just concede that single. They need that 147. 9 runs and over from here. They have 6 wickets in hand. And 2 of the best out there in the middle.
Really been interested by Lofty Eaton's position in this batting lineup. He's 7th at best in the order when he's not being the captain. I think he's tended to bat at 4 and 5. But with Corey coming in for Parnell, they've decided to throw him up the order. The promotion of Kansakar was the one that slightly bemused me, because Krishnamurthy's had an excellent season. Surely you want him out there for a bit more. And Lofty Eaton has an unbelievable record at this ground. 3rd captain of the season. It's fair to say everything hasn't gone to plan for the Bolts.
Well, it's a clear reflection of how their season has been, but I'm with you when I say, when you say Lofty Eaton needed to come up. Certainly, number 1, he's their man in form.
Good shot. 1 bounce and 4. Mid-off is up in the circle. Just on cue. Whoever pressed that graphic downstairs, 31 balls without a boundary, it's broken. There's the first boundary in a while.
Much needed one. It was in the slot. A rare loose delivery from Trumpelman and dealt with the severity that it needed to be. Perhaps was aiming to go a lot squarer, but did go straight down the ground, and that was the right place.
That's the length that Trumpelman is supposed to bowl with this field. Readjusts, gets it right. Just haven't been able to get any momentum. What's a good score here, Faz? So hard to know.
Well, I did mention it at the pitch report. I think anywhere between 145 to 150 is par for the course. If they get anything above 150 to 160, that'll be above par, in my opinion. It's not the easiest of surfaces to bat on, and it gets increasingly difficult if you're a new batsman in. So chasing 6s and 7s is not going to be easy right up front.
Really good shots. 2nd boundary in the over. Finally some momentum. Finally something for the Bolts army to cheer. It's 67 for 4. He's raring to go. Head coach Shivnarine Chanderpaul. I can't think of many franchise sides in any competition that have 3 captains in a season. Every other Nepal Premier League side has only had 1 captain. And the Bolts, now across the 2 seasons, they've had 4.
Well, that's the reason why they're languishing at the bottom of the table. There he is in the foreground, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, and the captain of the last game, Wayne Parnell, to the right of your screen.
Now, how good has Sher Bala been? Another one who's benefited from time in India. Many players born here in Nepal, they find ways to get down to academies in Delhi and Chennai and Kolkata and Bangalore. Mala actually net bowled for the Lucknow Supergiants, and it was Marcus Stoinis in particular who was a huge encouragement to him, and couldn't believe as to why he hadn't been capped yet for the Nepal national team. And it's funny, little moments like that when you get to mix with great players like Wayne Parnell on the screen, but like a Marcus Stoinis with such international and IPL pedigree, just boosts your confidence, raises your confidence, and Sher Mala's having a phenomenal season. Just like so many of the domestic bowlers, they are dominating.
Well, he's bowled really well, taking nothing away from him, but the pitches have assisted his brand of bowling as well, and he's been intelligent. He slowed it up when he needed to, pushed it in the air. Just take a look at that. Between 4 and 6 meters, 50% of his bowling has been done there, and that's exactly the length that we need to left-handers on this kind of a surface. So he's done really well for them, Shermala. That's the reason why the Lumbini Lions, Andrew, have got that move on in the tournament, and they're looking at a place at the top 4.
Have a look at this piece of fielding here. Outstanding. Not just the clean pickup, but preventing the single and the quick release. Irie, Powell, Bertel, the best there are here. No. Takes on the single. Krishnamurthy's very quick. And Mallet as well to avoid the overthrow.
2 for 20. He has just one delivery left in this spell of his. 70 for 4. He's nippy out there. There is a nip in the air. It's getting a little cold here in Kathmandu.
Oh, a beauty to finish. He thought he had an 11th wicket to the season, but he'll finish with the marvellous figures of 2 for 20. Keep your eyes on this young man, Shermala. It's 70 for 4. Have a platform, they have batting to come in the shape of Lofty Eaton. Aditya Mahata's having a good tournament. Mayan Yadav all the way down at 9. There's a lot of batting to come, even Rupesh Singh capable. But they need a lot more than what they have, and I suspect they're going to need that sort of 9 and over or so to get them up to a 140 to find a way into a defendable total. They need to double what they have. Is that a fair call? Do you think they need 140 to be even somewhat comfortable or confident at the halfway stage?
Well, 140, in my opinion, is below par. They need about 145 to 150. I said that was par. Anything above 150 would be above par. So 140, Lumbini Lions will be licking their chops.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say in counter to that, Faz, is very good spin attack the Bolts have. So many options.
Nice.
Remember, in their one victory that they've had so far this season, they bowled, I think it was 17, if not 18 overs of spin. I'd expect the same tonight.
Well, yes, I do agree with you. The reason I'm saying that they'll be licking their chops is simply because they have a really good batting lineup, and with the dew coming in and copious amounts of dew coming in, that would really make it easy and very, very difficult for the bowlers to grip the ball. It becomes really soapy.
Happy just to work it around for the moment. Here's our Omoda and JQ's brand new JQ J5. Definitely a best-in-class vehicle, and one we are always happy to ride through the streets of Kathmandu in every day. This is the real SUV. Cut away. Another brilliant stop. Powell is getting himself in hot zones. He's been excellent leading from the front.
Very, very true. I'm very impressed with Paudel, the way he's led the side to remain calm under pressure. You can see a little bit of nervous energy around him there. He should have been up there at number 4 for sure.
Right decision from him at the toss, given all the spinners that they have and the fact that they'll have to bowl with the Dewan factor. Misfield's going to concede a third. Shermala maybe still thinking about his bowling and forgetting he's got a job to do. Would you have bowled first?
Well, I'm not the bowl first kind of guy. I like to put runs on the board, especially when I know it's a really crucial game. Runs on the board and just bat the other team out. But here I was a little iffy myself. So perhaps when you're iffy on a surface such as this, it's better to field first, backing your batting to get the runs under the lights.
Oh, massive. He's hit some incredible sixes this season as
The man from San Francisco, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, goes big, 82 for 4. Well, great to see Pooja Mahato here, one of the Nepal women's national team, and she will have, well, a massive job come January alongside her side. She scored that record-breaking century against Kuwait during that ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifier. She'll be part of the squad, I've no doubt, for the women's side. There are 10 teams going to be here in Kathmandu for the final 4 spots at the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2026 next year, with that final at Lord's. Can you imagine Nepal could go to a first Women's T20 World Cup? How great would that be?
That'll be a really big moment in Nepal women's cricket, but what would be a really good moment as well is if they can have a Nepal Women's Premier League as well to go with this pageantry.
Rohit Paudel it is. Yeah, she's actually part of many great initiatives from the Janakpur Bolt. She was named as an ambassador for the Bolt. She's been at many of the games here, and very much the pride of Madesh and a vibrant face of the Bolt. I think she knows. She's on the big screen, was just up there with her. Dragged down, helped away. Fielder there, held on to. That's a superb catch from Darcy Short. Not the greatest delivery, and Krishnamurthy, having hit a 6 in the last over, gives it away.
Well, certainly giving it away here. He has seized the initiative. A really long hop there from Podell, and just hitting it. Very smart catch. Rohit Podell, the man for all seasons, remains cool as a cucumber. Big wicket this. Krishnamurthy back in the hut, caught short ball Rohit, and in the 14th over, the bowl's 83 for 5.
Well, what a huge moment in the match. Sanjay Krishnamurthy, who's had a good season, has holed out to Darcy Short. It'll bring Jan Lofty, the Namibian, to the crease, installed as the new captain of the Bolts. Third captain in 4 games for them. Wayne Parnell had the reins for a couple of games, but he's unable to bowl, so they've given him a rest. The other bonus for Rohit Paudel, who just brought himself into the attack, because he's got Krishnamurthy out, he's now got the left-handed Lofty Eaton to bowl to. This looks very close. 2 and 2. Paudel, captain, gets the other captain. And this game is heading in one direction now. The Lions are roaring.
Well, the intelligence quotient of Rohit Paudel is so good. He immediately recognizes that the ball is skidding on, and he lets that one go quicker, playing back where he should have been playing forward, and instantly he knew that he's got his man. Rohit Paudel, 10 on 10 for intelligence and execution. Absolutely stunning stuff by him. Gone for a golden duck is Eaton. Now they're in deep trouble at 83 for 6.
Well, just when they've needed him to stand up to be counted, Rohit Paudel has delivered in a big way. 2 wickets and 2 balls. We had a hat-trick yesterday afternoon for Shahab Alam. Rohit Paudel's now in a hat-trick himself, as it's, well, interestingly, not going to be Aditya Mahata. I don't think they want another left-hander in there, so they're going to go with Mayan Yadav instead. The Bolts, well, just getting themselves in a tangle, aren't they? Big moment, that Krishnamurthy wicket, we felt, and then to follow it up with another one. It has the men in red in real control. This first one was an excellent catch.
It was a very ordinary shot, this, by Krishnamurthy, but Darcy's shot took a really good catch. And take a look at this. Immediately pushes the skipper back. He knew instantly as his man. Eaton knew he was gone for all money. And now the Janakpur Bolts are staring down the barrel of a very, very loaded gun.
Not to be. Mid-on was in place. It may well have been the hat-trick. But Mayan Yadav gets off the mark with a chip single.
Well, they haven't managed their batting very well, the Janakpur Bolts, and it's been that kind of season for them. 3 captains, like you mentioned, doesn't augur well, especially if you are the defending champions, Andrew. They haven't played like a unit this year around.
Well, the most remarkable thing is Lahiri Malanthe can't get into the team. He was their leading run scorer last year when they won the title. I think he's played twice this season. Maybe too many options. A lot of off-talk discussion as to what's going on amongst the Bolts. They tried everything. They made a great signing in the shape of Maz Sadakat. But after he was dismissed by JJ Smith early, and then that big wicket of Krishnamurthy, things are looking very difficult here.
Stop it!
What an impact from Rohit Paudel. 2 wickets from the over and just 2 runs. 84 for 6. Amazing atmosphere yet again. Just the single header today, but another sellout. And someone there says, row it by, bring us to the Super 8, to the T20 World Cup. 2 right. And what's more, please beat England on your way, Nepal. You'll have the happiest Irishman in the world if you do.
Well, are you backing Nepal, or you're just that typical Irishman?
Anyone who plays England. But when Nepal play England, well, I'll tell you something, I will pray to every single deity I can to make it possible at the Wankhede. Here's Tilak. So much to look forward to as this one falls short of a sprawling dive at mid-wicket. It's bowled nicely, isn't he, the leg spinner? And they've used him better this evening.
Well, absolutely. He's bowled really well. You can see a lot of overspin there. He's not going to get too much a turn because of the kind of action that he has and the delivery, the point of delivery. But certainly he'll get a lot of top spin. He'll get a lot of flippers going. Get a lot of LBWs and bowls, perhaps. But that turn of the leg spinner, perhaps not.
He doesn't have the flipper yet, but he's got that googly, so that's the one there. Just taking it away. Very cleverly bowled. Okay, we got one of these every single day, and oh, a very worthy winner. Well done to you, madam. You are our happy dent, sparkling smile of the day, and there's a hamper on its way up to you, wherever you are in the crowd. Congratulations.
I've been awaiting our hamper out there in the commentary box.
Yeah, we need another one, don't we? We had one up to us. I think a certain someone was the big... Was it you? Who was it? Somebody ate all of it.
I would love to, but I just got a look at it and then I didn't get a look after that.
Oh, that would have been incredible. Darcy Short, who's taken one very good catch to his stronger side, nearly holds on to another, went in and out.
They're just skidding on to the bat, and good effort this. Just a half chance, but can't really put it down as a complete drop catch. Darcy Short did well to get a hand to it.
Corey looks content to continue to work it around for the moment. There has to come a moment in the final 5 after this ball where he's got to get going.
Well, he is. I mean, 26 deliveries. He's played just 96.2 his strike rate. I mean, he's not done them a world of good. He needs to carry on to the 20th over, perhaps get them to that score of 145 to 150.
Crowd have been magic. They really have. Great bowling this from a talented young wrist spinner. He's got none for 14, 88 for 6.
Last 5 overs here, the Bolts have got to get a move on. The Sri Lankan Kure has stood firm. He's run a ball 25, but there is not a whole heap of batting still to come. Now, have we had a good enough, long enough look at the surface to start predicting what we think is a competitive score?
I think if we be realistic, 150 maybe, and that feels a long way away from here. 5 overs to go, 29 balls to be exact.
Nice. Oh no. They're going to get through for 2. Those fielders on the inner ring are hanging right back on the edge, heels virtually on that 30-yard circle. No one there to save one, and that's Mayan on strike. You would have thought maybe extra cover would have been a bit tight just for the new man.
Yeah, a little bit of game awareness lacking on the occasion. Just wondering, you know, even to add to that, could you take point out, bring him into short mid-wicket? You know, really bring short mid-wicket and short extra cover close to the right-hander who's new to the crease, and bowl a few dots to him and stifle the game even more.
One. You could do that, wouldn't you? You'd force the right-hander against the off-spinner to possibly try and play the difficult reverse sweep if he wanted to get runs. And a good performance from the Lions so far. They've been good in the field, taking some good catches. 1 or 2 half chances put down. Gotta go.
Needed a quicker release, Sharmala. It's almost taunting the batters to take the run. He picks it up. A little bit of a hesitation and not much of an arm. That's when you know your fielders as well. You know who has a rocket of an arm and who one's not so much.
This is more like it. That is a long way back. The perfect way to end the over. 16 gone, 101 for 6. 13 runs off that road paddle over. Well, they are starting to pick up the tempo. Just the 44 balls required to get that second 50. And they'll be hoping for 24 balls to get the next 50. The leg spinner to complete his spell.
You'd have to think at some point in time Korea needs to release the handbrake. You've already gotten through a period where you've rebuilt, consolidated in the middle. Need a little bit of impetus now. Even if he gets a single by hitting the sweepers down the ground and square of the wicket, trying to play some more attacking strokes. He's literally just looking to nudge and nurdle. Most he's getting is one.
How difficult is it for him to make that decision? I mean, you batted in a similar position, and you've got to now shepherd the tail. What is your thoughts? Because he's probably thinking, well, if I get out, we could get bowled out.
Yeah, and that's when you need to be aware of what are your scoring options. So it doesn't always have to be 6 option, but is it a punch? Is it a rock back and pull? Is it a use your feet down to long on, long off?
Chance. Oh, no! Straight to him. A moment. Dilip Nath. Is that the moment?
He had to go. Didn't middle it at all. Didn't find the gap. Only the gap through the hands of Dilip Nath. Lives to fight another day. Tilak is not impressed. He's built some pressure. He's bowled well. Not rewarded.
It's been such a good spell of bowling from the leg spinner. He's only gone for 16. He should have had a wicket next to his name. That had to be taken. We've mentioned over and over that there's been too many of these over the course of the tournament that have been put down. There's been some unbelievable catches, some incredible athleticism, but too many of these. Fielded.
And you need to judge the ball well first. He took a couple of steps back, Dilip Nath, and then had to sprint in. The first thing you want to do is to get into the drop zone as early as possible. Where will the ball land if you draw an X on the ground? And he never got there early enough to be settled underneath it. And once your eyes are moving, you can't track that ball and know where it's going. He probably saw 4 or 5 balls coming at him, and he didn't try to catch the right one.
Another tight over. Lovely spell of bowling by Tilak. None for 18 in his 4. 17 are gone. It's 105 for 6. Another full house here at the TU, and there's none better place than to catch the cricket in the Red Bull New Gen fan zone. Refresh your bubble energy. Don't forget to try the new generation Red Bull products that have recently launched in the market. So Ruben Trumpelman now. He bowled overs 18 and 20. The big left armer. He's come in for a little bit of stick over the course of the tournament in these last couple of overs. He's normally been very good with the new ball, but they've gone after him at the death. Now We'll have a concussion protocol here. It's just standard now across our game that if a player is struck on the helmet or on the head, it doesn't matter what the pace is. It doesn't matter if the player says that he's okay. A doctor has to enter the field of play and run through that concussion protocol.
Yeah, as well by Trumpelman, for the simple fact that the leg side is slightly bigger. He's coming around the wicket. He's gotten his wicket from coming around earlier in the power play. And he wants to use that angle coming around the wicket to cramp the right-hander for room. So there's not the option of freeing the hands to get through the offside. And the only option is to go into that big side. So it's clever planning. And it gives them a really good option. You can think now J.J. Smith could potentially come from the other end and do the opposite. He can stay over the wicket and run the ball across the right-hander, forcing them from the other end with the big side to the offside to try to hit over extra cover and point for six. It's a much more difficult shot. So if they get the planning and the execution right, they could continue the stifle that they've had for the first 17 overs.
The other left-arm spin does have 2 overs remaining in his spell. They could go to the left-arm spin of Abhishek. He's got 1. Rohit Paudel, you would think, would be done, even though he has 2 up his sleeve. They'll push hard for everything now.
And we spoke earlier when we were on first up about using the dink. I think in a situation like this, if you're Mayan and you're not backing yourself to go to the long side over mid-wicket or over square leg, you know the relative plan, fine leg is in. That's when I'd support getting in line, flicking the ball over your head, over short fine to get a boundary or 6. Because you know the plan, you need to get a move on. That's when you bring up your improvised strokes. So I definitely support it there because it gives Trumpelman something to think about. Does he then push back fine leg and bring up mid-off, which gives you an option to then go straight? So that is where manipulation of the field comes in. Not the last ball of the first over.
Skewed away over point. They'll push hard. They can take one for the throw. It's a long way out there. Not an easy time to bowl here at the back end. You've got to show all your skills, all your variations. And one thing that Ruben Trumpelman does do at the back end is he takes wickets. He takes lots of them. But what he can be is a little bit pricey towards the back end. Is that expensive, 10.5?
I don't think so. I think if I'm a batting team, I'm looking for at least 50 in the last 5 overs. So it's about par. I think when you start to get to 11.5, 12s, then you're starting to wonder if it's a trade-off between the runs leaked and the wickets taken.
Again, finds that hole between the sweeper and backward point. Does well. It's always going to be 2. That's good running. These are valuable runs here at the back end.
I mean, if you look at this over alone, he's bowled 4 balls and it's gone for 5 already. You think a boundary and a single, that's 10. You wouldn't say that's a bad over. And you always think back to MS Dhoni's use of Dwayne Bravo. He'd normally bowl 3 out of the last 8, probably. And he'd almost always bowl 4 overs for 40 runs, but he'd get 3 and 4. And you'll then stop potentially 70 and 80 off the last 5 that could win the game for the opposition and restrict them to 50, 55, which keeps or kept CSK in the game. So if Trumpelman can break the back now of Akure and Mayan, and by the end of his spell have an extra 2 wickets, even if he goes at 10s in the last stage, I don't think the skipper would mind at all.
Well, this partnership is worth 27 now, and Kure is playing the game at his pace. He's not allowing the Lions to rush anything. Now a little word of advice from the Australian Darcy Short. There's a short fine leg. There's a very fine short third. Very, very fine. And then it's square leg inside that 30-yard circle and then an extra cover. all hugging that 30-yard circle. So there's an easy one, even if there's a miss hit. Brilliantly bowled. Very well bowled. Really is a thankless task, though, bowling at the back end of a T20 innings, because sometimes you bowl your best delivery, a Yorker, and there's a little inside edge that goes past the keeper's right hand and runs away for 4, or an outside edge that beats the short third. The scorebook just says 4. It doesn't say unlucky or it was a brilliantly bowled delivery.
Even worse if you go first 4 balls tight, then get a jammy edge. You're going for 8 and the last one goes for 6. In the list of worst case scenarios, that's probably it. That's the end of 18, 112 for 6.
Must-win game for both these sides. The Lions win, they're in the qualifiers, and our 4 teams are decided. If they don't, and the Bolts win here tonight, they remain alive, and we go to the last day of the group stages to find out who will occupy that 4th position. Just a reminder that it was the Bolts that won the toss, and they decided that they would bat first. The Lions were comfortable having a bowl first, and these are 2 massive overs. JJ Smith is going to be entrusted to bowl the 19th. No great pace. What his skill is he'll bowl hard cutters into the pitch. Possibly the occasional Yorker wide of off stump. I suppose he doesn't mind bowling that hard cutter wide of off stump because there's a deep third and a deep point.
Yeah, so there's protection. This is what we spoke about earlier. Him now using the angle as a left-hander to take the ball away from the right-hander, force him to hit to that big side, and the field is set for it. And he has a few options. He can go here, so Yorker, he can go length, he can go pace off as well. And it's one of these weird things where in the death you know what's coming. So how do you react to it? He's pretty much setting up still on middle stump and then going across. Sometimes it's worse coming all the way across, toes slightly outside our stump, maybe going down the track, so you're batting outside of your crease, cutting the angle down so it passes more in the swinging arc.
That's brilliantly bowled. There's that Yorker. Now, the problem for Mayan here is he's probably so desperate to hit towards the shorter side that he's forgetting there are runs available on the offside. They may not be to his liking. He may not be able to hit the ball for 6, but there's still runs available. If Smith drops it short, bowls that cutter, you can try and beat extra covers left hand. You hit it well, you get 4. You hit it badly, you may get 2. Just like that. That's the stroke.
A proper shot. Hitting it where it's going. Over extra cover. Waited on it long enough. A nice twist of the bottom hand just to scoop it over extra cover and access that pocket.
It's the danger when you look for the Yorker and you don't nail it. You can go over extra cover. And again, they'll run hard, they'll push hard. The throw's a poor one, so they scamper through for 2.
But what I really loved after that boundary was Dick Weller just telling him, well bowled, well bowled. There needs to be an acceptance in the death with ball in hand. You may bowl a good ball, as you mentioned, HD, and you could be put away. and he won the boundary the ball before, you probably off just a smidge. But if you look at the overall in context, it's 6 off 5 deliveries. If you finish really strong now, doing a really good job for your team.
Straight to the sweeper on the offside, will just be a single. That's a brilliant over for Smith and the Lions. 19 gone, 119 for 6. $119 for 6 here. The sun has set. The seats are full in anticipation of a real cracker here. Massive game between the Bolts and the Lions. Kure's hung in here. He's unbeaten on 34. Mayan, he's on strike, 25. They need a few boundaries. They need a big over here, the Bolts. And here's Trumpelman. Brilliantly bowled.
Yeah, it's time for Corey to press gas. It's brilliant execution. Right on the money, right on the toe. Talk about that angle around the wicket. But it's time for Corey to find an answer. Yes, you've scored 34, but has it been to the detriment of your team? If you can't get up to a score that is a potential match-winning score, or at least one that gives your team a chance, needs to get a couple of boundaries, so they're long enough now.
Again, nicely bowled to the field. Oh, a little fumble from short allows them to get through for 2. I don't think Trumpelman will be unhappy with that. Yes, it's a little bit of a misfield, but if you're going for singles or 2s here in the final over, you're winning.
And on the face of it, Mayan looks like the one that would potentially get a boundary. Corey hasn't been timing the ball as well as he'd like, but he still has 4 more chances potentially.
Just be a single. Both Trumpelman and Smith have been exquisite when it comes to bowling to their field. Someone's going to have to make a play here. 3 deliveries remain. Most of the protection for the right-handed Mayan is away to the leg side. Just fine leg is up inside the circle. Otherwise, long, deep mid-wicket, square leg.
I'm calling for it, HD. I'm calling, begging for it. Down on one knee, lap it over fine leg.
Goes down to deep square leg. No, not again. Yet another one is put down in the deep.
Sunday Jordy Culpet. He's an international player. We want to see better standards than that. Well bowled again from Trumpelman. We talk about cramping the batter for room, forcing him to hit to the big side. Everything he needed to do, he did. Fielders let him down again.
Yeah, again, Trumpelman would have been thinking like you, that he's going to get on bended knee and sweep, so he's whacked it halfway down. Now he looks for the Yorker. Does this beat fine leg? It does. This should run away for 4. No. We'll go upstairs. But they've done well.
Just wondering if the hand, once it was flicked back, it was then picked up, and then the hand went down. The only question is the hand behind the line there of where the boundary rope was?
No.
There. Looks good. Looks good to me. Good work in tandem. Oh! That's even closer. So it didn't touch the rope, but the rope has been pushed back, and that line is where the rope was. So there's an imaginary rope there, and you're not allowed to touch it with any body part while staying in contact with the ball. So this is fine. This bit is good. The pickup from Tilak is also good. However, it's where he rests that hand that doesn't have the ball on that occasion.
So just to clarify, they're checking to see if this hand has been placed behind the original line of the boundary, because the Toblerones have been pushed back. It's a lot tighter than it looks. That's the one there. An easy mistake to make for the fielder as well, because he's just looking at the Toblerones.
Yeah, and I appreciate the third umpire taking a little bit of time, because this is 2 runs, folks. This could come down to the difference between needing 4 off your last ball, 6 off your last ball. There's big ramifications in this game as well, so they are taking the time, probably a little bit longer than the fans would like. But it's a big moment in the game.
Decision's been made, so just 2 to the scoreboard. They've had a good night, the bowlers. Trumpelman to finish. They need a boundary. The Sri Lankan Kure needs to find the boundary. He's going to. Finally, someone gets on bended knee and nails the big one to end the innings. 132 for 6, that's the number that needs to be defended to keep this competition alive for the Bolts.
Where was this all along? Got into a beautiful position, kept his eye on the ball, and reacted to the line and just essayed it over short third and over the boundary. That's a beautiful shot. And folks, that is when you use those fancy shots. That's when you improvise. I'd have loved to see it a little bit earlier in his innings. Finishes on 45 off 30, which does not look bad in the grand scheme of things. But just wondering a little bit more impetus, maybe pulling it out a little bit sooner. Could have thrown off a JJ Smith, thrown off a Trumpelman, and instead of 132 you get up to 140. But good finish nonetheless. And they'll think, although they're below par, 132 is a heck of a lot better than 120.
Well, they stumbled throughout the innings, and then the partnership between Kure and Yadav was instrumental. Asif Sheikh got a start with his 20 off 17. Kure unbeaten on 45, and Mayan Yadav played his part, 27 from the 23 deliveries.
Spoke about partnerships, not much to write home about. And then I say for 20, Kure and Sanjay consolidated for a bit, 30 off 24 balls, and then a finish from Kure and Mayan, 49 off 39 deliveries, giving the Bolts a chance. Shermala, 2 for 20, miserly. Tilak Bandari was good as well. He didn't get anything in the right-hand column, but he can rate a 4.5. And then the 2 big lads from Namibia finishing the game nicely, JJ Smith and Ruben Trumpelman. Some important overs at the back end.
Well, a nice bowling performance by the Lions. And to find out a little bit more, let's go join Jess Crow, who's got Ruben Trumpelman.
That's right, I'm joined here mid-innings by Ruben Trumpelman. Ruben, you picked up a wicket yourself. How was it out there?
Yeah, I think we started well, got the early wickets, spinners bowled really well. Mala picking up another 2 wickets, phenomenal. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens.
Bowling it at the death then. Is there any added pressure with that, and how did you deal with it?
Yeah, I think there's definitely added pressure towards the death. It's tough out there, especially a short boundary, but it's something you have to embrace the fast bowler. You have to be doing the hard yards, and yeah, sometimes comes off, sometimes doesn't, and that's how our game of cricket is.
Of course, and how have you carried the confidence forward from the last 2 clinical wins for the team?
Yeah, obviously the spirit's been high straight to the camp, and this is one step closer to where we want to be, getting to that playoff spot. So hopefully batters can pull it through. Dawson scored some runs the previous game. Dika's looking really good, so we're banking on 2 of those. And obviously the skipper, Rohit, cool, composed as ever. So wait and see what happens.
Excellent. And coming into these almost must-win matches for you now, heading towards the playoff matches. What's the mindset stepping onto the field as a unit?
Yeah, I think it doesn't change. It's still a game of cricket, and we need to do the basics right. If we do the basics the best today, I'll definitely get through. So we'll wait and see what happens.
Confident chasing the score?
Yeah, I think so. 133 under lights. I think we'll definitely fancy ourselves, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Great. So, well, great work again. All the best for you and the team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Back to comms.
So Jess Crow with Ruben Trumpelman. And they won the toss, the Bolts, and they decided that they would have a bat first on a surface that has been used many times over the course of this competition, and maybe, just maybe, it was a little bit on the slow side. They lost some big wickets early on. The young Pakistan batter Mars went for 6. Anil Sheikh for 7, so their 2 big players were back in the hut quickly. Asif Sheikh started well before he was dismissed for 20 off 17. Kure, the Sri Lankan, was looking for a little bit of support, but he didn't get it from Kansakar, who was bowled by Shermala for 11. Krishnamurti, some lusty blows from him. He's had a half-decent tournament, but this one wasn't middled. Beautifully held in the deep by Darcy Short. Nicole Lofty-Eaton was adjudged LBW. He didn't seem happy, but Rohit Paudel had his man. This was the vital partnership between Mayan and Kure. Kure nudged and nurdled his way to a runner ball 30-odd before he began to unleash towards the back end. A couple of opportunities for both of them went to right, but unbeaten on 27 Mayan, Kure unbeaten on 45. So in order to stay alive, the Bolts, they need to defend that number. The Lions require 133 to win when we return from the break.
उठ पड़े ले उठ पड़े क्या आमा तुझं ले उठ पड़े क्या दिया बाबा उसै जानु भाइदिएर त बलाइस है के खोजेको ह के सोधिरहेको म के सोधेको क्या है जति हामी दुख्दैन मैले पनि बाबालाई एउटा मुई पनि दिए छैन आज त मुई ल्याऊ माइ ल्याऊ पुप्पी ल्याऊ पुप्पू ल्याऊ एउटा मिठो माइ ल्याऊ नि एउटा खोइ माइदिएको भन है बेटी रहेछ ती बेटी लरमा रिमोट नराख्नु Bahage 0 Bahage. Either okay. कितनी उठाओ 96 point अरे छोड़ तो मोबाइल जो 96.6 96.9 ल छोड़ी छोड़ माहु
उभी उभी गरा छोरा नाउता उठी उठी गला ए आज बना उठा 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 छापा गला उठा उठा
10 मिनट साथ तिमी लिएर गर नि 96.9 हो बिथा हुन्छ त्यो हल्लिएर त हामी
11 पुइ थियो
Welcome back. It's the Siddharth Bank Nepal Premier League match 25, the second edition, as the Lumbini Lions take on the Janakpur Bulls. We're coming to you live from this majestic stadium, the TU International Stadium in Kathmandu. The Janakpur Bulls, they won the toss in this very important encounter, elected to bat first. They lost Sadakat very early in the piece. Asif Sheikh did flatter to deceive. Anil Kumar Shah, the former skipper, didn't impress either with the bat, but it was left to Sangeet Kore, 45 of 38, and then Mayan Yadav, 27 of 23, taking them to that score of 132 for 6, including 2 extras. The bowling, JJ Smith picked up a wicket early, 1 for 20 for him. 1 wicket apiece, 2 wickets apiece for Sher Malla, who bowled extremely well, and the skipper Rohit Pordell, 2 overs, 2 wickets for 15 runs. Really did well to restrict a very good Janakpur Bulls batting lineup to 132 for 6. Just to remind the viewers, the Janakpur Bulls are the defending champions, and they'll need to defend that score of 132 if they want to remain in this competition. On the other hand, the Lumbini Lions, when they come out to bat, they'll need 133 to win from their 20 overs at 6.65 runs to the over. If they can achieve that target of 133, they will move into the top 4 and eliminate the other 3 teams. However, if the Janakpur Bulls do win, then they will stay in the hunt for that top 4. Nice, lovely evening here in Kathmandu. We're just a little away from Kathmandu as we take a look at the crowd that's building in every game. Dish Home Go, the official streaming partner for the Nepal Premier League 2025, streaming worldwide except in India. India, you can watch it on Star Sports Select 2 and on Fan Code, but here the crowd really coming alive in this very, very important game on a Friday evening. It's the match 25, the Lions versus the Bulls. I'm Fazal Khalil. Very good evening, Akash Chopra.
Good evening, Fazal. Once again, a phenomenal night at the TU Stadium in Kathmandu. A sellout crowd once again. And interestingly enough, actually, Janakpur Bulls, they didn't really start that well. 83 for 6. That is when everything just fell going pear-shaped. But bounced back quite strongly to reach 132 for 6 after electing to bat first. It's a decent total on this surface. The ball is gripping, it's turning. It's not coming onto the bat that nicely. Of course, Lions know if they win, they are through. But Janakpur Bulls, if they go on to win this one, if they're able to defend this, they will not just do themselves a huge favor, they'll keep this tournament alive for the next 2 days as well. Evenings are getting a little cooler. This is where we are. Of course, Lions roaring will will mean a Q in front of their name as well. But if Janakpur bowls, they win this one, they go to 4, they keep themselves alive, and more importantly for them, the tournament will become interesting. Then Lions, they'll be looking at the other results. Will they be able to qualify? Pokhara Avengers suddenly will fancy their chances a lot more. Chitwan Rhinos, they still they have a game in hand. Of course, Royals and Gorkhas, they'll be fighting for number 1 and number 2 slot.
Well, absolutely. Last minute touch-ups there. They'll need to come out all guns blazing. They need to defend 132. Akash did mention that perhaps it's a good score on a pitch like this, low, not really coming on to the bat. But we've seen stranger things happen. How important, Akash, will those first 6 overs be with the shine and the lacquer on the ball?
Just don't lose wickets and you don't lose hope. Because when you're chasing anything less than 140, you know that you don't really need to maximize the power play overs. It's not about going helter-skelter from ball 1. Take your time. Just go through the power play overs. Get used to the pace and the bounce of the surface. And then batting gets easier. We've already seen in the first innings, 83 for 6. And then not losing a single wicket for the remainder of their innings. Bold Sami. They are there. They're slightly outnumbered though today.
Yeah, certainly. Every team comes with their section of fans, their followers, huge on social media. Social media is a big thing here in Nepal. We see everything there. Lots of them want, and we've seen how much in demand Akash Chopra is out here in Nepal.
No, I've loved my time here. Darcy shot. 187 matches. A T20 veteran of sorts. 5,535 runs. A couple of centuries, 40 50s. Eyes on him one more time. He's already played a couple of decent knocks in this tournament. Darcy shot. Aggressive batter.
Well, he's got his job cut out for sure. Darcy shot. We saw him playing really well the other evening. And Sumit Mahajan, he'll be out there. Nothing to really write home about. Just early days in his career. Just that score of 40 undefeated. Well, he'll need to come out there, express himself, and support the dasher at the other end, Darcy shot. Things really hotting up here. The Lumbini Lions will know that if they win, they qualify. Sangeet Kuri, who batted so well. He will be in operation from the Chobar Hills and bowling with a slip. An average of 19, an economy of 6.27, being a spinner, 3 for 19. He'll be fancying his chances.
Well, we saw pace in the first innings. Trumpelman. He was successful with the new ball. Bowls are starting with spin.
Straight away, gone! It was full, it turned a little bit and off stump. Pegged back. Very first delivery. Yes, take a look at that. None for one, the Lumbini Lions.
It's hip hip hooray time for Kure. A really full ball. The front foot went nowhere. A ball that should have been driven round the ground or through the covers region has produced a wicket. Wicket of the first ball. The dream start that bowls were looking for. Sumit dismissed for a duck.
how dramatic a start has it been. The Lumbini Lions skipper, he's out there in the middle, 14 matches, 453 runs, 250s, a best of 95. He'll need every one of those runs, maybe more, to take his team through to the playoffs. A lot depends on Rohit Podell.
They say crossing the finishing line is the toughest thing to do in sport. You win here, you qualify. You feel the nerves.
Nicely bowled. I like the line that he's bowled. These first couple of deliveries. Just take a look. The invitation was there, Akash, to go down the ground, but that little bit of turn that he got.
Look at the front foot. It didn't go anywhere. If you see it from the square angle, you'll find that it was a half volley.
Suddenly we see the ball turning. We didn't see that in the first innings, but certainly happening now.
Just needed half a stride to get to the pitch of the ball. He just stood there. Just imagine it's actually pitched next to his foot. It's just that the foot was nowhere close to the ball. It went, he opened it up, just played all around it.
Rohit Podell and Lumbini Lions in pursuit of 133 are off and away. Just young Sumit, when you looked at it, the minute he tossed the ball up, his eyes lit up. And perhaps just not too much of blood circulation in the feet, perhaps a few nerves doing him in, and you rightly said, no feet movement at all.
This is the partnership. Fazal, I feel it's Rohit and Shot. If they can stitch a partnership together, that'll just hold the ship steady. They've got a dream start, Bolts.
Nicely played away. Will get off the mark as well. Darcy Shot. He's in good nick. Come back for two. That's really good running. Very poor fielding that. Darcy Shot. He played a real blinder of an innings last time around.
Darcy Shot, Australian, loves a little bit of pace and bounce. Was quick to pick up the length. Went really hard against the faster bowlers.
That was against the Biratnagar Kings. One done. The Lumbini Lions 3 for 1. Well, hips don't lie, do they? Really enjoying themselves out here. They've come in large numbers to support their teams. Every single game of the Nepal Premier League has had huge crowds, as we see Sanjay Krishnamurthy, his left arm spin, his ball. He's been a real revelation in this Nepal Premier League. 3 for 21 is best. He's had a good tournament so far. He's bowled really well. He's batted well. He's fielded extremely well. A lot rides on his form in this tournament. As far as the hopes for the Janakpur Bolts go, all the way from San Francisco. Very well bowled, the one that goes on with the arm. Certainly you can see a lot of nervous energy with Rohit Podell. Pretty straightforward delivery.
Once again, it was too close for him to attempt the shot that he did. Just play down the ground a few balls. This is better. You really don't need to go at 7/8 and over to begin with. So the front foot got stuck and then tried to play it with the hands.
Just turned around the corner. Yeah, they've been just a little ahead of themselves here, the Lumbini Lions. They need to just calm down a little. Yes, it is a big moment, this. They need the win. They know that a win here will take them into the playoffs. They need to play it ball by ball. Don't look at the end result. Just concentrate on how you're going to do it from now till perhaps the 15th over. And this man on your screen holds the key. He's got loads of experience. He's got the class. He's got the style. He's got the substance. He's got the temperament. A score of 132 to defend. The Bolts can afford to take a little bit of time. Just play yourself in. It's not the easiest of pitches to play on. This is good stuff by Krishnamurthy.
They're squeezing the opposition. Two spinners. Different strategy for different teams. A lot of pace in the first innings. Starting with spin from both ends. Bolts.
Just giving himself some room, and in the air, just short of the man at mid-wicket. What a moment this would have been for the Janakpur Bulls had that gone a hand. All's well that ends well. 2 done, 5 for 1. On a nice chilly evening here in Kathmandu, it's still not a seat available for love or for money. When it comes to the Paschim Royals or the Biratnagar Kings, you'll find equal number inside as outside. Oh, they needed to be quick, but the batsmen there just scampering home.
Let's have a look at the last ball of the previous over. Half a chance. He's trying to give himself some room. Would have been a good catch. A decent effort. They've already got a wicket. Darcy shot, that's the big one.
There was the opportunity. Just couldn't put it away. The three fielders on the offside saving the single. We're in the power play. Tossed up. The invitation. He's hit that as clean as a whistle. That's going and gone out of here.
In my life, I've seen a lot of sixes hit by Rohit. Siddharth Bank, maximum of the match. Gave it the maximum. A decent stride, wonderful bat flow. Put everything behind this shot. Should have loosened the shackles.
Once again, one bounce over the boundary cushions. She goes. A 6 and a 4 will ease the nerves for the Lumbini Lions. Dugout, their skipper and the fans.
Leading by example, Rohit. Encel, super 4. 6 followed by a 4. This was a little flatter, little closer. Therefore, not the elevation, but got the placement right. Spinners, they had spun a web, but now breaking free.
Lucky. Bye is the signal.
One too many. Very fortunate. Went over the stumps. So he's played that's lock sweep shot thrice now. 3 in 3 deliveries. A 6-4 and a bit of luck.
This is nice. Very nice cricket on the part of Darcy's shot. 13 runs of the over, 3 done, 18 for 1. Thank you for watching match 25 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2025. We're in season 2. The Lumbini Lions need 133. Will be the former skipper Anil Kumar Saha. Batted well in the last match. Didn't have a good hit this evening. Another spinner out there. Well, the action is so good here inside the commentary box and outside it. We have our very own Andrew Leonard, ringside. Andrew, how are you doing?
Yeah, thank you, Faz, and thank you, Akash. Because, no, we have a big appeal here, but not given. Because you're here, Akash, I wanted to tell you the story about the development of this ground. Just 9 months ago, you would not believe it, that this place did not have a single permanent seat. Now we've got 1,500 VIP seats. We've got all the team owners up here. They're all enjoying, loving every second. And as you come around with me here, as we work our way around the ground, you can see the parapets that have been put in. 10,000 bucket seats that have worked all the way around this beautiful venue. The grass banks were famous. They were historic here. They added their own kind of an atmosphere. And Faz, I know you've been asking me about the dew. I might just wait for this ball, but we should be able to get a look at the dew now. I think the match referee might give out to me. It's not that bad this evening. I'm going to tell you more about the stadium in a moment, but come back to here to me. You can see here, it's not too bad. There is a little bit of dew, but it's nowhere near as bad as we felt it is. 10,000 seats got put into this ground, Akash, inside 6 months. They had to battle monsoons for the 6 floodlight pylons to be put in and to go up. It was a remarkable effort. All local construction companies. As this one swept away around the corner, he's going to get close to the rope and will get there for 4. And those local companies went down to India to learn as to how to build this world-class stadium. It's become very much the pride of the nation. And for the first time, the sport that is held so dear to the heart of every single person in Nepal, it has not just a spiritual home that it always had here in the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Ground, but it has a home that is fitting. And the great news is the government have approved the second phase of development to go from the 10,000 permanent seats that we have. As Powell goes down the ground, and very well fielded, we're going to have a phase 2 development that's going to get us to 25,000 seats. And as you look over my left shoulder here, it's another sellout. Almost every single game we've seen here at the Nepal Premier League, packed to the rafters. Super Saturday sold out tomorrow. Only one group game left after that. And the job that the Cricket Association of Nepal have done with the support of the government, alongside everyone involved at the Tribhuvan University and indeed the National Sports Campus team, amazing. Back up to you guys.
Lenny, 10% of these people have come to see you actually.
$25 for 1 after 4. The Lumbini Lions 25 for 1 after 4. They need 133. And their trump card really, Maz Ahmad Sadakat, the Pakistani youngster who's impressed everyone around here ever since he's come in. Oh, straight away there was an opportunity, but he get a boundary drilled down the ground by Darcy's shot. It was shot, but it still needed to be put away.
NSL Super 4 of the match. He thought he had half a chance, but then pulled it out.
Well, that's gone very, very handsome indeed. Another 6, a boundary and followed by a 6. So the youngster Maaz Ahmed Sadakat is under pressure by a very hard-hitting and very determined Darcy shot.
Well, don't bowl short to him. Loves the short balls. This was actually a half-tracker, and if you were to look at the field, it was almost like a free hit. Fine leg, square leg inside the circle. All he had to do was to clear the infield, but caught in the middle of the bat. 4 and 6. Not a good start for Maaz.
Little bit of turn. Very well negotiated by Darcy shot. All the experience coming to the fore. Just giving the youngster some lip service as well.
Lots of bowling changes already. It's the 5th over of the innings. It's the 4th bowler introduced. Krishnamurthy did a good job. First over, conceded only 2. Almost a catch as well off Darcy's shot, but he's been given a break. Anil bowled one. Patience. Yes, you don't have too many on the board. But if you keep rotating your bowlers, you don't allow them to settle down at all.
It's been a good over this for the Lumbini Lions. 12 runs and a delivery still to bowl. It's played well. Darcy shot their partnership 37 of 28.
It's generally, you actually break down the power play in 2 halves, 3 and 3.
Once again, it was hard, it was sharp, but it was very, very catchable. End of the 5th over. 37 for 1, the Lions.
Chase looking good here for the boys in red. They may have lost the early wicket of Sumit, but a wonderful partnership in the middle between Captain Rohit Paudel and Darcy Shot. And the last over coming very good as well for the Lumbini Lions. Great contest here, and tonight we'll certainly have more clarity on to which teams will further progress. Just the one team now trying to do that. Also the right time to welcome in the comm box West Indies international Carlos Brathwaite, a quick single on the cards. Oh, a bit of a misread.
Yeah, I've loved the attacking intent from these two in particular. Full and slapped back. Love the chance. And a small total, you still need to keep the intent.
The drop catch by Sadakat, it didn't really come as hard as the bowler thought it was coming at him. That's why he did first take evasive action, then realized that maybe it's a touch slower than what he really thought. Nicely fielded. No, not really. Thought he got his body behind it. He'll steal a single here, the batters.
Yeah, naturally you take cues. Probably would have thought he was in with a chance. Maybe a better fielder would have potentially dived forward, but probably asking a little too much.
A bit untidy here with the bowling and in the field, and they'll concede 5 runs here. You can't do that when you're defending something a little over 130. Call that a crime.
getting it in line with the stumps, between the keeper's legs. They won't want to see that ball again, which resulted in 5 runs. But the Lions had to do nothing to get.
Another quick single. The calling has been good. The response has been great. And they're turning the strike in quick time. Yeah, we talk about that drop catch once again by Sadakat. Your thoughts there, Carlos?
Yeah, look at how he comes down on the ball, like smothers it. He's a powerful boy, Darcy Short. So the first thing you think when that bat comes through, that back lift and that back swing, it's coming back at a rate of knots. But because of how he rolls his wrist on it and smothers it, kind of shanks it back to him, and he's almost in a position where he's on the way down, and the ball is even further down, dipping, coming towards him.
There again, a minor blip, and the batters will take another run. Good passage of play here for the Lions. 9 runs coming off over number 6. They're done with the power play, and they want to believe they've got the runs as well. 46 for 1. Always a sea of frenzied fans and a kaleidoscope of color. The Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. And maybe a cauldron of noise every now and then when their favorite teams come to the ground. Tonight's been one such moment. Both these teams have a lot of fan base, the Janakpur Bulls and the Lumbini Lions, led by Rohit Paudel, the captain of the Nepal cricket team as well. He's had a good tournament. Missed out with the bat today.
Yeah, handy cricketer Krishnamurti, and you'll see the power play sign. It's the end of the first ball play. We're into the second. Last set of 14, 5 fielders can be outside the 30-yard circle. Yeah, I love that. Rohit Paudel and Darcy Short. I mean, Darcy Short is still a runner ball, 18. Rohit Paudel only 21 off 18, so it's not electric by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the intent that they've shown, whether running between the wickets or the ability to go big. The first thing you think is 45 for 1 as a power play. As we look at the power play, first up, early wicket, and then the skipper came in, took a few balls to get in, and once he got
poor delivery, deserves the treatment. That's into the crowd. Darcy Short hits it long, and that's a lovely hit.
Beautiful shot outside the leg stump, so free hit for Darcy Short, and he absolutely middles it. Caught up with it nicely. He did it a few rows back. Also the 50 for the Lumbini Lions.
Running the first run hard, they won the second, and there again. Just love the coordination of both these batters. Let's talk about Rohit Paudel. In the first half, he was more conservative with the bat when he came out. But today, there was a bit of intent and execution. We'll take a look at this shot once again.
Yeah, and this is a clear sign of intent for me. Normally when you hear intent, people think boundaries and sixes. This is intent. I just hit a 6. Instead of blocking 2 deliveries and getting pressure on myself or my partner, I'll tuck it into the leg, say we will run the first one hard, and if it's the chance for a 2, we'll run. We'll come back for a second, as they will do now as well. So many times you see teams go for a 6 or for a boundary, and then they go dot dot. He's gone 6-2-2 to finish the 7th. 58-1. The Lions are in control.
And cruise control at the moment, the Lumbini Lions got to really push for wickets here if you're Janakpur Bowls. What would be your thought process at the fielding side at this stage of the game, Carlos?
But there's already less than a run of ball. I think it's times like these you need to get a little bit clever. Could you move your point into short mid-wicket? Protect those twos. These two batters are running very well between the wickets, turning ones into twos. They're using that big side to drop the ball just beyond the 30-yard circle and complete twos. You get a fielder in that short mid-wicket, not only you can save that two, but potentially save a single and start to build some pressure. They need to build pressure. Force Rohit Patel or Darcy Short to have to go aerial after a few dots. And then when you get that opening, that's when you really stifle.
Yeah, but you sort of look at that scorecard and then you realize that, as you rightly pointed out, run a ball, the cushion of runs is not here for the bowlers as well. Maybe a more attacking field, but then again, you run the risk of giving away runs as well.
If you look at this last delivery, it's so easy. He just gets back, tucks it into the leg side, and it's one. And they even contemplated two. So for a good delivery, challenging these stumps, they got an easy single, so now the left-hander on strike, and it could have potentially been two. Can you just be a little bit more proactive and aggressive in the field?
He's looking good. He's in smash mode this evening, Darcy Short. They were 0 for 1. This partnership is worth 16-44. And so good to see a more attacking Rohit Patel on.
It's been rewarded. Darcy Short gone for 30, 61 for 2, the Lions.
A small opening here for the Janakpur Bowls. They'll need more wickets in quick time. Another firecracker of a batter walks out, Niroshan Dekwela. Everything suggests that he's been a batter who's pretty much had things in control through different situations. Has come into the back end of this tournament here. And ever since he's come, he's made an impact for the Lions. Got 37 and 29 in the previous 2 games that he's played in. Great energy in front of the stumps, behind the stumps, gets off the mark. Very chirpy, very active, very proactive, Dekwela. Take a look at that wicket once again.
Looks slightly wrong arm as well. I think he was beaten for pace, and I think Darcy Short felt he got outside off stump, but he was hit on the move in line with his stump. And I think that was a good decision from the umpire.
Good over here by Corey. Everyone wants the bite of the cherry. Carlos, 5 runs and a wicket, 63 for 2. Lumbini Lions ahead in this contest. A runner ball 72 from here will take them into the playoffs. Other teams will be watching with close attention. Lovely night panning out. Carlos Brathwaite sitting alongside me. Dickwell has just walked in. Something about that celebration, Carlos, got you excited as well and a bit animated.
Yeah, I love a good send-off. I feel if you have the privilege to play professional cricket, leave it all on the park. Absolutely loved it.
You mentioned you love the send-off. I need to ask you a question here, Carlos. Poor delivery here by Sachin Bhatta. Back-to-back wides. You like the send-off when batting or when bowling?
Look at the aggression. Look into the eyes. Eye contact. A stare. Says something. I don't know what he said, and we won't try to decipher what he said either. We will concentrate on the aggression. And I love that. Love that. Absolutely love that. The passion is on show. This is what the NPL means.
You rightly mentioned, for all the passion and all the kind of animosity you have on the field, once you cross the ropes, it all has to completely die down.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think you get white line fever when you cross there, you play for the badge. Whichever badge is on your chest. And it's different now because you have so many franchise leagues. You can be captained by someone in a league today and play with them 2 weeks later. But once you cross the line and they're on the opposition, you go hammer and tongue to try to get the better of them for your team.
This is a good shout. This is a good shout. Where did that ball pitch? Yeah, they're just seeking a bit of an inquiry there, Dickwella, from his partner at the other end. Have you got under the skin of your own teammate playing for different teams or franchises?
Oh, that was close. Probably hit the glove. Yeah, I've done it already. Played cricket in Trinidad, club cricket, and then had to play against Trinidad for Barbados, and one of my good mates from the club, we were playing against each other, and I was bowling at him and hit the ball at me, and I threatened to throw it back at him, and he steered me down and I steered him down, and it was a little bit of an impasse for like a good 30 seconds or so, and when I got back my phone, we won the game thankfully. My wife messaged and said, why are you all acting like that when you know you'll be playing PlayStation later on tonight?
So the question is, did you all play PlayStation?
yeah, we're still good. But he knows what it means to play for Trinidad. I know what it means to play for Barbados. It's a real privilege to play for your country, or even in franchise cricket, to be nominated, to be chosen, to be given the responsibility by a coach, a captain, a team owner who's invested financially and emotionally. And the least you could do is leave it all on the park. Cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, as the cliche goes, so you're never guaranteed to perform, but you can guarantee the effort that you put in day on day.
Just like how we see Kyron Pollard and Dwayne Bravo having a go at each other every now and then when they play for their franchises.
Perfect example. And then you see them on Instagram bantering each other, and they uplift each other off the park as well. But once you cross the white line, you're enemies for 3 hours. 9 overs gone, 69 for 2.
Yeah, they're feeling the excitement here, the Lions and the fans. That's because right now they're in control in this chase. Good turnout, good evening, and a wonderful chat here with Carlos Brathwaite. Just trying to understand the player's psyche and also how they approach in the air for a while, approach the game and the camaraderie and sometimes the animosity with players.
What I've really enjoyed about the Lions in this innings so far, they're running so well between the wickets. You feel like they're always turning over strike. Podell 27 off 25, Dequella 4 off 5. But when you're faced with a target of a run of ball or just under, you want to continue rotating the strike because it forces the fielding team to then have to make aggressive decisions, sometimes funky, quirky decisions to open up areas. And time like Podell is, that ball can easily go for 4. And you just chip away slowly but surely. And you drag the game out of the hands of the opposition. They're doing a fantastic job at the moment. They're in control, cruise control, the Lions.
Sometimes we so often see, Carlos, low-scoring games end up as low-scoring thrillers as well. What's the reason for that?
I think if you don't have intent, so you need 6 and over, and you just think, I'll block 4 balls and then hit a 6, or block 4 balls, hit a boundary and then get a single, you know, we're not too far behind the run rate, and then someone bowls a good couple overs, or you get a double wicket over, and all of a sudden it gone from 5 or over required to 7.5 and over, and you lost a few wickets. Oh, misfield. Panic can then start to set in, which is why the power play, you always attack the power play as it were almost a game in itself. 45 for 1, regardless if you're chasing 46 or we're chasing 246. You try to attack the power play as best as you can, maximize it, and then in these middle overs, if a small total, stay above the run rate. Obviously if it's a massive total, you dictate, the pace is dictated by the total you're chasing. You may need to go at 8s, 9s, 10s in the middle. On this occasion, you could go at 7s and 8s, and you pick that one ball, you take them down and drag the game away from them.
Yeah, and that's what's happened this evening. They played very smart, sensible cricket, got the boundaries, kept rotating the strike, held by some very ordinary fielding. Yeah, just working it around, turning the strike, getting the runs, and they're staying on par with the asking rate as well. 7 runs coming off this over, the required rate now under 6. It's 76 for 2 at the halfway stage, 57 needed in 60. Yeah, Mr. Rambakwela has been kept busy this evening. A tap on the watch will suggest we are heading into an expert education strategic timeout as well.
Time with a capacity crowd on a Friday night in Kirtipur, just outside the capital city of Kathmandu here in beautiful Nepal, on what is is the third last day of the group stages in this Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League Season 2, powered by Ncell. And every single fan is loving their experience, whether they're young or old. Whatever energy she has, let's bottle that up and send it across the nation. It's been a fantastic, well, what, 17 days or so. Been here about 3 weeks now as we end the expert strategic timeout. There's a big problem though, and that big problem is for the Janakpur Bolts that, well, seeds its way across to the Chipman Rhinos and indeed the Pokhara Avengers. They'll be watching on from their team hotels, knowing that unless something remarkable changes in the final half of this innings, not only are the Bolts out, the Avengers are gone, and the Rhinos too, and we'll know our final four with 3 games to go. And certainly, it's only trending in one direction. 2 set batters at the crease. There's Dikwela and Powdell. We'll just look to do this with ease. Andrew Leonard here alongside HD Ackerman. HD, are we going to have a twist, or are the Lions going to get this done?
Well, there's 2 things here. Number one, this run chase is right in the wheelhouse of Rohit Powdell. He will fancy this. But when it comes to the Sri Lankan, he is capable of brilliance, and he is also capable of giving it away. In Sri Lanka, they call it Dikwela doing Dikwela things. So that would be the only hope, I would think, for the Bolts, is that Dikwela does something out of the ordinary here. But while that man's at the crease, it's one-way traffic.
Tossed up, teasing it. Yeah, I'm just going to emphasize it once more. Lions win, we know our final 4. Yes, there can be movement within that final 4, and the Kings will certainly look to upset the odds. But any kind of a win for the Lions is enough to get them into the top 4. We'll confirm that, and then the Kings will have a big game against the Royals tomorrow to try and force their way into the top 2. I'm not sure we're going to find her, but I just got up there to the Lions box because I heard that Mother Powdell is in the house, and she's not a particularly regular attendee of games. Didn't speak a huge amount of English, but I had a translator with her, and it was actually beautiful to meet the mother of the national team captain. He's a special young man. End of the 11th, 81 for 2. HD, you think back to your family, the role they had in your career. I presume you'd have been nothing without your mum and dad in terms of where you went with your cricket.
I don't think my mother watched a game. She was too busy at home making sure that the house was in order. No, obviously I had a father who was a professional player as well, so he was my idol, really. Not only my father, he was something I strived to. I wanted to be like him because I used to watch him playing growing up. And he was a brilliant cricketing father as well. And the reason why I say that, it was zero pressure on me. I was allowed to fall in love with the game. Just being single up. I was allowed to fall in love with the game on my own free will. I found it myself. He never pushed me at all. So he was let me say, it was a shining example to how I think a parent should be with their child striving to become a professional.
Yeah, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Inspiring your child to love the sport of their own free will, and that's what this Nepal Premier League is doing. The number of young boys and young girls in particular that we've met who are maybe experiencing top-level cricket for the first time, and they're now saying, I'm falling in love with this beautiful game. Okay, I think we've got Jess Crow down pitch side. Jess, who have you got with you?
Well, Lenny, I'm joined here by Abhishek Gautam. Abhishek, an excellent start with both ball and bat for the Lions tonight. What have you made of it?
Yeah, we got a really start with the ball, and the wickets was helping for us, and we did a good job with the ball, and we are ahead in this first half of the second innings.
Great stuff. And the last two matches, you've seen great success. They've been two of your best performances so far as a team. How have you taken the confidence away from those two matches?
Yeah, it's really good to be on a winning side in the last two games after losing those 3 consecutive games. Yeah, everyone was positive about the upcoming games, and everyone we just focused on winning the small moments in the match.
Great stuff. And taking the wicket off Faf du Plessis as well for yourself, that must have been pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was really, really exciting, and getting that kind of a batsman out is a really, really good achievement for me as well, and I tried that confidence to carry on in this match too.
With the team positive, chasing 1-3-3 tonight. There's been a wicket taken, so let's head back up to Thomas.
Well, just like that, Powdell probably unnecessarily has found a way to give it away. It's something he doesn't do often. It slightly sums up his season. Lots of 30s, 20s, 40s, had a run of ball. A little window open for the Bolts.
He's not happy about something. He feels as though it's hit his glove on the way through, and to his credit, he doesn't show the umpire his glove. And it's these type of moments. Powdell goes for 34. Oh, the Lions stumbling. 84 for 3.
Well, after a little lull in her talents, Jess is back. Flash interview, in comes the wicket. We do love you, Jess. Doing a sparkling job down there. But just whilst we were talking to Abhishek Gautam about his dismissal of Faf du Plessis, we've seen the dismissal of the captain, Rohit Powdell. We only got, well, a quick second look. And it's the end of the over, so we'll have to wait a little while to have another look at the decision. But first viewing, it looked like Powdell may have been hard done by. Here's Sandeep Jorda. Oh, no, this is close. This is very close. Given! It's 2-2. Height might have been an issue, but it certainly pitched in line, and it looked pretty adjacent on first viewing.
How often does this happen? A little bit of fortune. A little bit of fortune for the Bolts. And then a delivery, a good one. From around the wicket, the attacking line, it turns. A confident appeal. And umpire Rumbukwela had a long, hard look and said, that too is out. And now we have a game.
Jorda's gone for a golden duck. It's 84 for 4. To love cricket in Nepal, you've got to love the associate game, the growing game, and here is one of the associate game's finest. JJ Smith to the crease, fresh from his first ever career century that came in the T20 World Cup qualifier down in Zimbabwe, where they qualified Namibia, that is, alongside the co-hosts. But he hasn't had a huge amount to do with the bat this season, so a bit of pressure on him because we just had a most remarkable turn of events. Here's Naz Sadakat. Last thing the Lions want is for Dikwela to do something silly and lose his wicket too. Two big decisions, two LBWs, both of them, well, up for debate.
Paddle wasn't happy. And neither was this man. He felt that that might have been going over the top. He indicated to his thigh that what he believes is what counts. That man.
Great reaction from Capcom there, wasn't there, of Nirishan Dickwella. Wasn't happy. Good from Smith, immediately off the mark. Slip comes into place. Yeah, height was probably the factor. You were just talking to me off air. Did it get him in line? I think it did. Definitely pitched either outside the off stump or in line with the off stump. Swept around the corner. Diving stop will keep it to a single. Protection behind the man. But height was surely the issue. Interesting square leg umpire there. You talk about umpiring in pairs and helping your partner out. Obviously, it's an intense atmosphere out there. There's 12,000-15,000 people here, screaming to the rafters. You want to help your partner out here. You can see the square leg umpire is probably thinking, bit high.
I only hope he's shaking his head at the reaction of the batter rather than the appeal.
Obviously, they'll know each other very well, the two Sri Lankan umpires. Muno Siri in particular comes with a great pedigree, but big pressure on Rambukwela. Got to come back to that Powdle decision as well, because that one might have come off the glove, we feel. 4 singles from the over, and actually that's not a bad over for the Lions, given the bit of chaos that was created by Mayan Yadav. 13 bowled, 88 for 4. Here is our Presidential Graduate School Platinum Cap leaderboard. Not many Nepali batters in there. That's been a problem, isn't it? Stuart Law's been watching on. Firstly, from when he was with the 19s, and now in person. He'll have been ever so impressed by the bowling. He'll be concerned about the batting. He really will, with the exception of Rohit Powdle. Nobody in those top 5. Here comes the 7th bowler. Very talented bowler. I really like Aditya Mahata. He replaces Mayan Yadav, who got those 2 wickets in the previous over.
It's difficult to tell whether there's a glove involved there, but one thing that's very telling is that the ball actually misses the stumps. So to give it out LBW, well, that's interesting.
And I always feel as though generally bowlers, I as a spin bowler, I appealed for everything. I thought everything was out, partially because my eyesight's so bad, and secondly because usually my glasses fell down the bridge of my nose, so it just went up. But the keeper's reaction there, the keeper barely appealed. It was kind of an afterthought. He joined in afterwards. Oh, now this is interesting. I thought it was pad at first, and if it was pad, that might have been close. But did he get a bit of bat involved? Obviously did.
Bowls this quickly, Mars, sees him going down, bowls it a bit quicker. And that's not a bad shot for LBW. Has he got bat on that? Well, it's all happening here.
It looked pretty adjacent, didn't it? I mean, given his runs, obviously, so if there's that involved, can't be outs. Goes straight up. Fielder runs back, going to be tough to take it. Juggled, put down! And Nathaniel Sa. And you sense for the Bolts that had to stick. He was almost running a bit like a wide receiver. Over his shoulder. Looked like he did everything right, but couldn't hold on.
He just didn't have it cleanly in his hands. He had it, but it's not clean. It's not clean, so by the time he lands, out it pops.
I'll tell you something, if that's held on to, the Bolts might just have been able to pull this out of the fire. Who's going to handle the pressure?
He hasn't looked like playing an aggressive stroke in the 17 deliveries before this. Oh, top edge. Top edge, good decision.
Shows how tough it is, doesn't it, for the umpires. Great effort of that catch from Anil Sa. It was very much, you and I like our NFL, it really was like a wide receiver. Running over their shoulder, he got a good line on it. He just couldn't find a way to hold on. Something's happened here. I think he's lost his run-up marker. And extras are the last thing the Bolts can afford. You can see Mahat is trying to hide it away from the hitting arc of Diquella, who's going to target that slightly shorter side.
This is a nice time for JJ Smith to walk in, though, because a lot of people consider him a big hitter, but he's actually a batter. He likes to knock it around first before what he is capable of doing, and that's hitting it out the ground.
Spot on, and he's quite technically correct in the way in which he works it around, whether that be ODI or T20 cricket. Fascinating over. Could have been a big wicket instead. 8 runs come from it, 96 for 4. Here's our Agrakanchi Cement Golden Cap leaderboard, and much unlike the leading run scorers, look at this. Well, spot the overseas player, just the one. And I think if we did it in a different manner, we could have actually stuck Sher Mala into that list as well. Milind Kumar ahead of him on economy rates. Cut away. That should race to the rope. Smith very powerful. It was short, it was wide, and it was punished.
This is about the placement. 2 men behind point on the offside. They tight on each other. A lovely little back cut. What was interesting for me about those 2 little graphics that we saw earlier was that you always hear people talk about batters win games, bowlers win competitions. It's only Rohit Cloudell on that list of batters that has the potential of playing in the qualifiers. And out of all the bowlers, every single one is in the qualifiers.
Yeah, it's a great point. Shows the importance of your bowlers. Batters may well win a few more awards and get a bit more attention. Bowlers key. Out the ground. Smith can hit. It's a biggie.
Just a little bit of patience. That's all JJ Smith has shown here. He's waited for this delivery where he can step and hit. How big with those eyes. Talk about lighting up. That's gone.
Big hit, that one, 85 metre plus comfortably. I do question this bowling change, I've got to say. Lofty Eaton hasn't turned to himself yet. He's sticking with his highly inexperienced young leg spinner. Great for him to get the experience. Finger spinner might have been a better option. Gets away with this one. If that had found the gap, it would have been 4 more. For the Bolts to win it, did this have to stick?
Thought he had it out of the blue. Dikwela gets aggressive. There he holds on to it. But upon landing, it just spills out. He sort of hugs it to his chest, doesn't he? But unsure of where it is. There now. Hold on. Oh, no.
I was interested when I was down pitch side, just talking a bit about the stadium, that there isn't that much dew, so I don't think you can use the slippery or wet ball as an excuse there. Not an easy catch by any stretch. I just do sense for the Bolts it had to stick. Instead, the Lions, well, they're getting there. They only need 25 more. Surely they'll be able to do enough. It's 108 for 4.
Well, the game is on a knife's edge. 62 for 3 in that 7-15 is what the Janakpur Bolts have got. The Lumbini Lions have got 52 and they've lost 3. 25 needed of 30. 5 runs and over. JJ Smith and Dikwela out there, 24 of 19. As we see Krishnamurthy coming on to bowl. It's a really interesting phase, isn't it, Akash? That's going to be close. And up goes the finger. Is there another twist in the tail? The Lumbini Lions lose their 5th wicket. The big wicket of Dikwela. Sanjay Krishnamurthy, you little beauty.
A lot has happened from this end. Bish within the stumps and hit in front of the stumps as well. Third consecutive leg before decision from this end. Niroshan Dikwela removed for 17. 108 for 5 Lions.
Out there in the middle, very tense. You can almost feel the pressure. The tension is absolutely palpable. 108 for 5. There were 84 for 3. And Sanjay Krishnamurthy 1 for 15 now of 2.2. Akash Chopra, it seems to be really going down to the wire.
Niroshan Dikwela, he should be kicking himself. You need less than run a ball, and is this the best choice of the shot that you can actually have at this point? Of course, you may complain it didn't pitch within the stumps and whatnot, but was this even necessary? Was it required? JJ Smith is playing a blinder at the other end. Has eased the pressure.
More pressure building on JJ Smith. Now he not only needs to get those runs, but has to keep his wicket intact as well. 23 of 27. Things really coming to life here at the TU International. The crowd on the edges of their seats. We in the commentary box can feel the Tension in the air. The Janakpur Bolts have clawed their way back. The Lumbini Lions, half their side back in the dugout. That's what you need, just authentic cricketing shots.
If you keep taking the singles, you'll find that Bolts will have to do something extraordinary. They'll get desperate. They'll create, or of course they need to create something. Just take singles, rotate strike, basics.
The call is for 2. No from JJ Smith, and the right one as well. Like you did mention very correctly, you just need to take those singles. You'll get the odd boundary. You don't need that huge over. You just need to keep wickets intact. Play authentic cricketing shots.
Something peculiar happens at this stadium actually, Fazal. There is dew, but the pitch is still gripping.
Just a single. Deepnath will keep the strike. 16 done, 113 for 5.
Good.
Well, that's what we have on tap on Super Saturday. The Sudar Pashchim Royals take on the Biratnagar Kings. Don't miss that for the world. It's live at 11 a.m. and match 27 at 3:15 p.m. The Chitwan Rhinos versus the Pokhara Avengers, coming to you live from the TU International Cricket Ground here in this beautiful city of Kathmandu. Life's not easy for the Lions at the moment.
Well, it isn't, I agree. But a quick reminder for everyone, be here early tomorrow, or you won't find an opportunity to get in for a very long time. The sellout. Aditya comes into the attack.
Down the track, in the air, just a single. Well, they can do it in singles, 19 of 23 now.
Bolts will have to actually think. All right, for Smith, you keep your regular field placements in. But for Nath, you may want to bring somebody else inside the circle as well. Don't give easy singles.
Tossed up, the invitation was there, perhaps just slipping because of the dew. Krishnam Aditya has done well for them. Can he just not give the boundary? That's the crucial thing. 18 now of 22.
To create a wicket-taking opportunity, you'll have to stop the singles. Because run a ball, eventually there'll be a 4 sooner or later. 4 fielders inside the circle. All of them should be actually cutting the single.
Once again, tossed up. They're riding on their luck are the Lumbini Lions. The Janakpur Bolts will need to do something really special, really quick. And talking about something really special, there it is. That's the Bajaj Pulsar. That's the next generation Pulsar power. Explosive, fast and unstoppable. Absolute stunner. JJ Smith on strike. Down the ground. Nice and easy.
16 of 20 required now. Need a wicket. Bolt. They've taken a few, because at one stage it was 84 for 2. Lions running away with the game. They've reduced them to 117 for 5. Another wicket needed.
just don't get the feeling that the batsmen like to use their feet. I mean, if he just needed to come out, he would have got it on the full. Let's take a look at that. Just stood rooted. Another reverse sweep. Another chance taken and another run, which they can least afford. There's umpire Wimala Siri. Leg prize is the call. 17 done. 118 for 5.
Hello? La आउँछ 10 मिनट आउँछ ल बाहिर निस्केर तारा गर्दै गरेछ
Pressure on the skipper, first time. Lofty Eaton leading in a very crunch game, in a very crunch situation. 2 for 20 for Kure.
Make or break over. As far as I'm concerned, this is the over. 15 of 18. Kure has already taken a couple. He started this innings with a wicket of the first ball. He also scored runs with the bat. Hasn't put a foot wrong. And if Bolts were to actually create magic here, it has to be this guy on your screen.
But they just need to come in and save the single, Akash. If you're inside the 30-yard circle, you need to save the single at this juncture.
For Nath, maybe not so much for Smith, because he'll hit you for a boundary. If you come too close, you expose the gaps. But for Nath, easy singles should not be available. For Nath, I'll actually dangle the carrot a bit more as well. Go for a boundary, go for the jugular. You might actually get a wicket. Interesting field placements now. 3 fielders on the offside in the circle for Smith.
Just down the ground for a single. Just need to make something happen, the Bolts. This way, it's not going to work out for them. 13 of 16, getting really easy. Well, just let's take a look how much dew there is. We have our very own Andrew Leonard down there ringside.
Thank you, Fazal. Before we talk about the dew, just want to talk about this atmosphere. This crowd here, I can't really explain it to you, Akash. The atmosphere, I think the Janakpur Bolts fans are outnumbering those of the Lumbini Lions, but the passion on show. I know, Akash, you'll have experienced bigger crowds than this. You see a big appeal, and we might go upstairs. Boys, is this one out?
Well, Dilip Nath seems to be okay with it. The players seem to think that they have their man. The TV umpire has a job on hand for sure.
Keeper wasn't that excited. Everybody else was. Let's have a look. No ball is not an issue. Foot went out. Did it come in time? Makes it. Makes the ground. That's why the keeper wasn't very excited.
Well, the keeper wasn't excited. I was certainly excited, and Akash Chopra in the commentary box was very controlled. Well, let's just head back to Andrew and see what he has for us.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. I'm just trying to really capture the feel and the atmosphere, the energy in this crowd. Every single seat is still full to the brim. Remember, it's not just the fate of the Lions and indeed the Bolts that hangs on the line here. Every ball feels like an event. Misfield, they're going to turn and go. Not going to go upstairs this time, but I do think as you come with me, we'll see here the Bolts army right the way up towards the very top. They're probably the biggest fan base. Akash, I've got a question for you up there. I know the fans and the stands and the crowds are bigger in India, but are they as loud as they are here at the TU?
teams will actually match the intensity and the vibe of this ground, Lenny. Wankhede Chinnaswamy Stadium, two grounds come to my mind straight away, but this is sensational. I can guarantee every night.
Next level, come with me. We're just going to get you that due check as well, Faz, before we get back up to you. Here comes the off spinner. Smith hits it out towards us. Catching opportunity. Out. Anil Shah takes the catch. Back up to you. It's game on here.
Well, most certainly game on. J.J. Smith has held out to that man, Anil Kumar Shah. This match is turned on its head. Is there another twist in the tail? 6 down now for the Lumbini Lions, and they are in trouble.
Turns and twists. That's what this tail is all about. It was short, it was there to be hit. It's just that didn't get the middle of the bat, and the expression tells you all. J.J. Smith almost in the bag. Is still 2 hits away. What an innings. 19 ball 21. Lions 121 for 6.
Welcome back to the TU International ground here. It's on a knife's edge for sure. 12 needed, 13 balls to go. New man, Ruben Trumpelman is out there in the middle. We know he can strike a big ball, but under pressure with Gure bowling really well. 3 for 22. Last ball of his spell. Can he pick up the big man, or can he just deposit one over mid-wicket? We'll just have to wait and see. Well done, Akash Chopra. Single of the last ball. He will retain strike, he says. They're coming back for 2, and that needed a direct hit or a better throw. That was really good running in the end. It was worth all the risk. 18 done, 1, 2, 3 for 6. $123 for 6. 2 overs to go. 10 runs to get. Maaz Ahmed Sadakat, the young Pakistani, will be bowling the 19th and the penultimate over from the Chobar Hills end. And he'll be bowling to Dilip Nath.
Well, defending 19th is more important than the 20th. I was wondering whether the captain will go towards Krishnamurthy for this one. He's gone to Maaz. Big call. This, of course, less than runnable. 10 of 12.
Well, 9 runs now stand between Lumbini Lions and that 4th spot in the playoffs. Well, they certainly can't defend the score. Do you think they would bring one more fielder in, maybe a long off to mid off?
They need to figure out something, because easy singles available from third man, fine leg, short fine leg. That's not working out well. Need to create something. The third man should still be at least 5 yards inside.
Dot ball, goal dust, 9 of 10. Tension in the air is absolutely palpable. We are on the edges of our seats. The crowd is on their feet. The youngster under pressure. Oh, just over the top. Oh, misfield at this crucial juncture.
You don't see pressure, you feel it. And that's what has happened, exactly what has happened. Kansakar ran in hard, but then just fumbled it. One converted into a double. Trumpelman retains strike. It's 7 of 9.
Really well bowled. Well, it missed everything. The wicket keeper also was caught napping. Asif Sheikh will rue this moment. Just take another look at it.
Missed stumping. Opportunity. He's done his bit. He's been economical, has created an opportunity. It's a drop chance and also an extra run.
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. If you're in the 30-yard circle with 6 runs to go, you cannot concede the single. Let them get the boundary, let them beat you, but don't give them the single. I think it's time now to bring fielders in. Try and save the single, let them go over the top.
5 of 7, 1 hit away. I think we'll have a bit more drama tonight. Just a bit more. Again, third man point, sitting deep on the circle, edge of the circle.
In the air! Fielder under it! And he's put it down! It's all happening here in Kathmandu. Another catch goes a-begging, and has the match gone with that as well? 19 done, 130 for 6. Well, you won't want to see this if you're a Janakpur Bulls fan. Just take a look at this. It went miles and miles and miles in the air. The fielder getting under it. And Rupesh Kumar Singh has dropped probably the catch. And with it, the hopes for the Janakpur Bulls.
Catch the match, the opportunity to stay alive. It's not over till it is. 3 of 6. We asked for drama. We got some already. A boundary will ensure that the 4th team qualifies. But if there is a wicket again, then new batter with 3 to score of 6 balls. The last over wasn't too bad actually from Mars. Gave away 7 but created 2 opportunities. A stumping chance, a catch at short fine leg. Both weren't taken.
Well, they're just expecting this to be perhaps the last ball of the match. There it is. That's the winning moment. A huge hit in our direction. And we were under pressure for the 2nd time in the tournament. A very, very famous win for the Lumbini Lions. They win by 4 wickets with 5 balls to spare and secure that 4th spot in the playoffs.
Lumbini Lions have roared and become the 4th team to qualify for the playoffs. A humdinger of a game. We have seen time and again the teams chasing, failing to do so. They've had their moments, Janakpur Bulls, but it was the composure of the Lumbini Lions. Bowled well, set up the game quite nicely with the bowlers, and in the end, they needed this lusty blow from Nath. 6 to seal the deal.
Well, they've really played well, the Lumbini Lions. They were under pressure. They didn't start the tournament very well. Midway, they started picking up form, and they've peaked at perhaps the right time in the tournament. This is the time you want to play as a team. This is the time you want to get into form and take that. There it is. That's the winning moment. Straight down the ground. He absolutely teed off, and what a celebration this. Hugs all around, and the skipper happy, the fans are happy, the ownership is happy, and what a win this for the Lumbini Lions. Congratulations to the Lumbini Lions. Commiserations to the Janakpur Bulls. They've played well, but on the day they've been beaten by a very superior side.
They say that winning the crown is difficult. Defending is even more tougher. And that's what the Janakpur Bulls will actually realize. The defending champions not being able to qualify for the final round. We've got our 4 qualifiers. Royals, Gorkhas, Kings and now Lions. As there are a few games to go in this edition of the season. NPL Season 2, the league phase. But we've got our qualified teams already. Rohit Padel's Lions. They've sealed a spot.
Well, a very superior performance this from the Lumbini Lions. They were under pressure. They knew if they had to qualify, they needed to win, they needed to seal the deal. But spare a thought for the Avengers, spare a thought for the Yaks, and spare a thought for the Rhinos. They all thought that one win by the Bolts would open this whole thing up. But Lumbini Lions had other ideas. They have really roared here at the TU International Ground, taking this match 25 by the scruff of the neck. He was one of the stars of the show, Sher Mala. He bowled so well, picked up wickets when they really needed them. But the captaincy of this man, when he came out to bat, unfortunately couldn't carry on. But he really laid a very, very good foundation, Akash.
He was brilliant with the bat, actually. While he was there, it was one-way traffic in favor of Lumbini Lions. Played the spinners really well. Deployed the sweep shot to good effect. 32 of 34. Captain leading from the front by example as well. The highest run scorer on the day for the team, Lumbini Lions. But still the job had to be done. A couple of dismissals. Mayan back-to-back. Rohit and then Sandeep Jora. Needed Dilip Nath and Ruben Trumpelman in the end. But not to forget JJ Smith, the 19 ball 21. That was the partnership. That was the innings that actually moved the game in favor of the Lumbini Lions.
Well, not a happy bowling card if you're a Janakpur Bulls fan. It's been that kind of season for them. Sangeet Kure really bowled well, bowled his heart out, but unfortunately it's the fielding that let them down. Mayan Yadav, he picked up 2 but dropped that very, very crucial catch. He, along with Rupesh Kumar Singh, in the end, dropping that catch, and really been one season to forget for the defending champions. Well, there you see live pictures, the scenes, the parents, the family come out there, and really good to see that they're in all in good cheer. That's Mr. Paras Khadka there, the secretary of the Nepal Cricket Association. He's been